If you've ever visited my second channel, wow, self-promo in the first sentence, that's gotta be a record, then you have probably noticed that I like playing FNAF fan games, or in this case, difficult max modes. But I have played my fair share of fan games in general, my top 3 being Too Many Nights, The Joy of Creation story mode, and my personal favorite, Playtime with Percy. I know it's not considered a fan game anymore, and I personally never even considered it a fan game, but... No, yeah, there's nothing after that. With the exception of Joy of Creation, both of these offer such a satisfying gameplay loop that screams replayability. Percy with its speedrun-esque style and many difficult options and its 2 completely different custom nights, and Too Many Nights being a literal roguelike. Multiple characters to choose from, plethora of animatronics with their own penalties that you're forced to take, and a shop that sells jam. This is one of the best items in the game. So what happens when you combine the speed of Percy and the night customization of Too Many Nights? Simple. You get... 5 Nights at Frickbear's 3, a fan game that,
at the time of writing the script,
released recently and instantly became a hit. I love me a good pixel art style, but this game goes on a whole new level. All the characters present got a major redesign that fits the style perfectly. Don't even think about it. And this also includes all the environments you'll be visiting. Yes, visiting! As the main gameplay loop of this game is, after every night, you go to an abandoned location to salvage animatronics for extra cash. But that also means that the salvaged animatronics will show up in subsequent nights. Each animatronic offers a different amount of money depending on how difficult they are to defend against. Golden Freddy's worth $3. Meaning the difficulty of each night depends on how greedy you are. If you take a character who prevents you from using the flashlight, otherwise he'll kill you, and then take a character that requires the use of the flashlight, that's on you. Now, the amount of animatronics you have to salvage is based around your difficulty. Easy is 1 animatronic per location, normal is 2, and hard is 3. And on hard mode, if you don't know what you're doing, you are most definitely gonna regret it.
He was like, hey, Orville.
No. The game's difficulty is very customizable for anyone to enjoy, and if you want to challenge yourself, the game offers a good amount of trophies to grind towards. They are all categorized by their difficulty as well. Bronze, silver, gold, and platinum. Oh yeah, here we go. Finally getting to the point of explaining what I'll be doing in today's video. I'll be grinding towards that sweet 100% by collecting every platinum trophy in 5 Nights at Frickbear's 3. But if you've seen any of my other videos, it is not that simple. There's 7 platinum trophies and some of them are required to beat on the hardest difficulty. And no, I'm not talking about hard mode, I'm talking about a hidden difficulty unlocked by beating the game with Vanessa. Lunatic. The jokes are writing themselves. Lunatic is a true test of skill, and forces you to basically deal with some animatronic combos, like the one I mentioned earlier, way more. Now what does Lunatic change exactly? Well, first, you'll have to salvage in total 4 animatronics per location. Second, animatronics start at a higher AI value and become way more aggressive during the night. And third, price inflation. We'll get to that in a moment, but first a quick rundown of our office. You got your left and right doors, mask, flashlight, vents where most of the threats that are defended by the mask. There's also a manually activated fan on your desk to prevent heat stroke. Air conditioning is expensive, deal with it. Once you pull up your camera, you have 4 tabs. First is the actual cameras, where there's 8 of them, all equally important depending on what kind of animatronics you salvage. Vents, where you can see how close any character is, and you can also place an audio lure. A shop to use your tokens on, and a games tab where you earn those tokens. Money, you'll quickly come to learn, is very important. At every location you'll see Upgrade Cadet, who gives you, well, upgrades to your run. And these can get pretty expensive. Thankfully, salvaging isn't the only way to get money. There's 2 others. The first being your remaining power, and the second, tokens, which can be earned through not only playing minigames, but also defending from animatronics. Both divided by 10 at the end of the night to give you your total amount of money. Now, there's 8 minigames and 3 more that can be purchased at Upgrade Cadet. Wow, with so many options to choose from, it's gonna be difficult to figure out which minigame will net us the most profit. It's Minesweeper. Yeah, you'll be seeing this minigame for like the entire video. If you even have decent at Minesweeper, you can rack up tokens really fast, as each completion gives you 30, which is actually a pretty important threshold because most items cost 30 or less to begin with. This shop sells 12 power-ups, each with a certain amount in stock, refreshed every night. These are essential to both our survival and further increasing our profits. First we have Mimic Ball, which pretty much copies our last purchased power-up with a 50% increase in price. Next is King's Prize, very cheap, gives a random reward, including adding animatronics, or just straight up killing you. Rewind Clock puts back the clock by 1 hour, Battery Pack adds 10% to our power, Snow Cone keeps the office completely cool for an hour, Golden Cupcake increases in value over time and can be sold whenever. Note, don't forget to sell at the end of the night.
A paper pal right there. Oh no! Look at that mouth. What that mouth do? I did sell.
AR Mask. For an hour, all animatronics think you have the mask on without actually having it on.
Hello? Bye-bye.
Laser Doors. For an hour, blocks both doors. Bear Trap prevents one instance of a jump scare, basically a second wind. Death Coin, disable a character for the rest of the night. Distortion Clock, skip an hour of the night. And the final, most expensive power-up in the game, Pickles. I'll talk about the animatronics and Upgrade Cadet's items as they come up, but first, what even are the Platinum Trophies? Well, one of them I have already gotten, which is simply getting all of the endings, something that you would naturally do anyways. Another pretty straightforward one is to fill out the character gallery, which again you'll naturally do over the course of playing normally. The next two require us to beat every custom night challenge, whereas one of them needs us to not use the death coin at all. The rest of the power-ups are allowed. For the 6th trophy, you need to beat a run with the maximum amount of animatronics salvaged. This one's going to be chaotic. And the final trophy, get every ending in Lunatic difficulty. So let's do that. There's 4 endings in the game, and the simplest one to get is a Slacker ending. You have to beat 5 nights, and good job, I'm so proud of you. This is the Railer ending, and obviously there's no requirements for this one, so this is a good time to go over my strat that will be used throughout the entire game. But before we even get into the night, we need to introduce our character. I mean, we'll be playing only him, so it's only fair for him to introduce himself. Oh.
Okay, so the first night is never usually that bad in any of the games, so I'll play through.
Minesweeper for 3 nights in a row. Okay, so for any ending going forward, the first 3 nights are quite tame and lets us farm as many tokens as your heart desires. So this is the plan. Beat Minesweeper once, buy 2 golden cupcakes, beat Minesweeper a second time to buy the Mimic Ball for another golden cupcake, beat Minesweeper a third time to buy out all 3 battery packs, and for the rest of the night, play Minesweeper. Is there such a thing as too much Minesweeper? Yes. Watch out for your power though, you don't want to power out in the middle of your Minesweeper. Using the rewinding clock to further increase the value of your cupcakes is also a good idea, but if you're playing Minesweeper as much as I, your profits will be good enough to where it's not necessary. Plus, both clocks and the death coin make the night kinda boring and takes away from the challenge. If you didn't realize already, I hate myself. Do I live in a crack house? So yeah, I didn't want to use them unless I was absolutely struggling or wanted to speedrun through the entire game due to forgetting an essential item while going for an ending with an extremely hard and RNG based night unless you have that one specific item. On night 1, all the active characters are the same and this is the only time I'll be mentioning them. Freddy, Bonnie, Chica, Foxy, Balloon Boy and the Puppet. Bonnie and Chica are identical, they both go up to your door and announce themselves with both a visual and a sound cue. Only difference being they go to left and right door respectively. Freddy acts similarly, except he can go to both doors and there's no visual cue, only sound which is directional. Foxy, he stays in his ever so faithful Pirate's Cove. Poor fella really can't find a better job. Watching him stalls him, but this really isn't necessary as he makes a sound cue when he leaves his position. Balloon Boy is one of many vent animatronics that you'll be seeing throughout this ending, because I literally took every vent animatronic. He makes a visual and sound cue indicating you need to put your mask on until he announces his departure. Failing this, he will disable your flashlight temporarily.
Hello? They never see me coming.
And last but not least, the puppet. The puppet is a glorified reason to have a need to check cams in case you take only office animatronics. Thankfully, this music box is only a click to reset fully. Other fan games take notes! No one likes to wind the shitting thing! What a rush! Those animatronics! They're like something I've never seen. The movements, the intelligence. It's simply fascinating. And a chance to see them face to face. Oh, could this night get any better? Oh?
Ring, ring. Hey, is this stupid thing on? Hey, Stooge, great work tonight, whatever. Big news. Your good-for-nothing co-worker isn't picking up his calls. So it looks like you get to work overtime.
Overtime?
That's right, overtime. Now move your butt before
The phone drops from your hand and clatters as it hits the pavement. Your hands are trembling.
Hey, Stooge, can you hear me? Hello?
I'm the luckiest man alive. Our first location is Freddy Fazbear's Pizza with 6 characters to pick from. I don't like Withered Freddy, so he's off the table. Golden Freddy has a chance to appear when flipping down your monitor, goes away by simply clicking the mask button. No, I mean literally just clicking the button. He's not picky. Withered Chica crawls through the vents and acts the same as Balloon Boy.
I know you're in here somewhere.
Withered Bonnie, he can appear in your office whenever he wants, starting a blackout. Quickly put on the mask and wait for him to leave. Do know that he cannot initiate his attack while your monitor is up, but will attack immediately upon pulling it down. Withered Foxy, he appears at your window, flash him until he goes away. Now onto the upgrades. For now I took Overcharge and All Ears, which are great all-around upgrades that are good to have in any run. Overcharge and its subsequent upgrades, Overcharge Plus and Power Hour, are also a solid choice, where the latter grants us infinite power for the first hour of the night. All Ears and its upgrade Cool Glasses are great quality of life changes. All Ears unmuffles all sound when you're wearing the mask, and Cool Glasses adding better visual clarity on top of that. I also took a pair of fuzzy dice, which makes our first reroll at every location free. Since we're maxing out our profits, this doesn't seem too important, but its Upgrade Commander, allows us to see the entire shop from Upgrade Cadet, eliminating RNG and letting us pick whatever upgrade we want or need. Night 2 wasn't an issue as we continued to grind money by playing Minesweeper throughout the entire night while investing in Bitcoin. The newly added threads aren't gonna be problematic at all, as any salvage animatronic from any location are inactive the night after until about 2 AM. Quickly moving on to location 2, which is the new and improved Freddy Fazbear's Pizza, consisting of 6 more characters to choose from. Our first salvage is Toy Freddy. You have to beat his high score in one of your currently available minigames before 6 AM hits. This sounds potentially very time consuming, but... That was on 20 AI, by the way. JJ and Toy Bonnie both reside in the vents and both require the mask.
Hello there.
And Toy Chica... Toy Chica is the cause of a lot of my deaths. She doesn't even have a hard mechanic. Once you pull down your monitor, there's a chance her cupcake will spawn somewhere in the office. If you don't click it fast enough, she will kill you. Simple, yeah? Well, it's not finding it that's the problem. It's remembering it exists in the first place. As for the upgrades, I snatched myself my favorite upgrade, the Superfan and Superfan Plus, as well as the aforementioned upgrade commander and Retina Burner, which increases the strength and radius of our flashlight. Retina Burner is an upgrade that I've never actually bought before, as I didn't really see a good use for it, as there's only a handful of flashlight animatronics. But seeing as I have withered Foxy, it was a good time to test it out. Night Free. I am going to vor you. Other than Toy Chica being a bad bitch, it was mainly farming money just like before. I also tested Retina Burner here and it turns out it's actually quite a decent upgrade. Its strength has basically doubled, which I can actually see coming in quite useful. Fazbear's Fright is up next with 6 more characters, and what's special about all of them is that they are all distractions. Helpy creates an add-on screen, click the X button to close. Do note that when you click the X button, it will register the click to whatever is below it. This made me click off Minesweeper more times than I'd like. And these ads, oh man, they are something else. Hot chicks in your area, is that a threat? Incoming call, Freddy Frickbear. Decline. Alone this Frickbear night? Yes, leave or I'm calling the police. He gives lethal swirlies. The phantoms, yes all of them, chance to appear on the camera and if looked at for too long they will jump scare you heating up the office. Music Man creates a random sound effect where most of them are actually animatronic sound cues. Adding onto the noise pollution and making you potentially miss something crucial. And Mr. Hippo, who resides in the vents, requiring a mask to get rid of him. Once he appears, he actually doesn't do a voice line like the others, so it's possible to miss his vent bank sound cue. And if he gets in, he does what he does best. Story time! For the entire night.
Well, am I glad to see you? You know, I'd actually been thinking about it a lot recently. Specifically magic, because my buddy Orville, he's a magician.
No matter, good thing I bought this dev coin.
And things can really get, like, have you ever tried to use a computer? Oh, I'm sorry. Did you want to say something? Alright, where was I? Of course you have it.
Oh, you're a funny one. Head Start and its upgrade Head Start Plus gives us some time at the start of the night by making the animatronics inactive for a little while. I also got Retina Burner Plus, which further increases flashlight strength and radius. The regular Retina Burner was already a great upgrade, so why not improve it further? Let's test it out. Oh... Wait, how does it look like in the cameras? That's the entire camera! You know, I kinda feel bad for any animatronic who has to face this. Doesn't mean I won't try. Oh hey, Foxy! Can robots get a seizure? Shadow Bonnie! It's been a while! Wait, I heard Springtrap move. Bye! Okay, so far we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7... animatronics that acquire the mask. Simple as they may seem, it does get very annoying to have to put away your Minesweeper every 10 seconds to put on the mask. Good thing we have an item for that. You're gonna be seeing me use the AR mask, or as I call it, the Vanny mask, a lot. Even in cases when I don't have a lot of animatronics active, it's cheaper than the laser doors and lets me focus on any cam and office threads without worrying about slow suffocation by a fursuit. Our final location is William's Woods, where he hides children in his closet. You're not a child. 6 more characters to pick from, but the ones I picked are... Plushtrap spawns by pulling down your monitor and you have to quickly flash the side he runs towards. Closing the door will stall him. Twisted Wolf, another one that spawns by pulling down your monitor. Click on his illusion disc to make him disappear. Nightmarion.
That's a door.
Spawns on either side of your office. He'll eventually leave, but until then, don't look at him. And the final animatronic for our first run, Nightmare Balloon Boy. Random chance to appear on the cameras, click him a couple of times to make him leave. I also took Hestar Plus for the final night to squeeze in another game of Minesweeper, even though this is the end of the game. No, I'm not addicted, why would you possibly say that?
For me, magic is strange.
You know what?
I've heard about it.
Go fuck yourself.
Did you want to say something?
Oh, he's still there. Wait, stop
Where
this.
was I? Sorts of different things and all sorts of
Wait,
spiritual-
if you depcoin him while he's in your office, he continues stalking?
What I do understand is card games. Card games together.
Okay.
For example,
Okay, what? Why was my monitor black? Really? What? I clicked the thingy. What? Oh,
In his backyard in the nature. He was sitting there looking at me. He was like, "Hey, Orville."
no. God, fucking Sniper BB. I have a lot of money. Now let's just send it. Nothing's really happening. On the fridge. That is amazing. I love the art. Oh yeah, and that, which is simply get all the characters.
Our first ending that actually requires us to do something. The good ending. Our money-making strategy in the first 3 nights hasn't changed, but what we do at each location did. Since the ending doesn't change anything during regular nights, I kept the roster mostly the same, but still wanted to mix it up a bit so the gameplay doesn't feel the same. In our first location, I took some familiar faces, but for the final animatronics, I brought in someone new. No, it's not Withered Freddy, and the skeleton while he's actively prohibited from using the flashlight. And it's quite literal with that, as this includes cameras too. Sounds easy on paper, but his sound effect when activating is quiet and can easily be drowned out.
Oh shit.
Okay, well, what about the visual? Upgrade-wise, I bought all ears and kept my money for now. For the good ending, we have to get a mask at each of the locations. The way we get these masks is simple. The one thing I haven't mentioned is that at every location, there is an arcade cabinet where if we beat the high score, we get a present.
Yeah, there you go.
Most of the time you'll be giving this present to Upgrade Cadet, so he rewards you with a bit of extra cash. But if you hold on to it, after salvaging our animatronics, the puppet will appear. Giving it the present grants us the mask, and upon taking it... well, that's not good. Yeah, the power went out, and what's called an endo chaser has been released. We cannot let them catch us, as if they do, they will jump scare us. While this doesn't kill us or take away our mask, they do rob us of our money. So it's still in our best interest to avoid them at all costs. The best way to do this is to do exactly what the puppet says and get out of here quietly, otherwise I'm getting mugged. Here's the best stealth strat that I could come up with.
Alright, nice.
I'm so good at video games. After night 2, and investing all my savings into cupcakes, we are introduced to Michael, who seems really interested in the mask we acquired last night.
Is that Michael Jackson? As we all know, Michael Jackson was purple.
The thrill of survival is indescribable, and as you joyfully prance towards the exit, bidding a fond farewell to your robotic friends, you notice that someone has been waiting for you.
Pardon me, but you wouldn't happen to...
He looks you up and down. He seems surprised by your appearance.
Are you the night watchman here?
That I am. If you're looking to rob us, they keep the safe back in...
Oh, no, nothing of that sort. My name is Michael, and if you'll pardon my forwardness...
He reaches under the rim of his jacket, and out comes a Freddy mask. The same Freddy mask you had pried from the puppet's hands the night prior.
And here I was thinking you weren't interested in burglary.
Well, I wouldn't call it burglary. I simply wish to return these masks to their rightful place. Which is why I wanted to enlist your help to collect the rest of them.
Right, well, I've got a few questions first if you'll indulge me.
Fire away.
First, how'd you get in?
The doors are locked. The vents are not.
Don't make it a habit. The animatronics are starting to crawl amongst the rats. Second, why can't you just pickpocket the rest of the masks yourself?
Good question. Though, it's one with a complicated answer.
Fair enough. It's more of a filler question. Third, do you think I look good in grey?
I'm sorry?
A man of your purplish pigment must know a thing or two about color theory, I think I pulled it off quite well. The black accents are nothing to scoff at.
You do a little twirl to show off your uniform.
Yes, it's, distinguished.
Perfect! Now then, Where can I find the rest of those masks?
Wait, you're agreeing to help me? Just like that?
Michael, my friend, you approached me with a cryptic offer after breaking into my place of work. Following this, you entertained my on-a-whim questions without a second thought. I frankly would be a fool to ignore this call to action.
I do feel I should be grateful. And yet... Never mind. Now, about the mask. There are 3 more. You should find them in a similar manner to this one. If you follow these steps, and bring the masks back to me, then... Well, I've only my thanks to offer, unfortunately. But something tells me you're not interested in material rewards.
You spin your heel, giggling to yourself a little bit.
Sounds like a plan. Let's rendezvous again tomorrow.
Yes, tomorrow.
And, just as suddenly as he appeared, the mysterious hooded man disappeared into the darkness. You feel as though you've been imbued newfound purpose. Time to get this show on the road.
Getting to the second location, we got more salvaging to do. This time, along with Toy Freddy and Toy Bonnie, I went with Mangle and Shadow Bonnie. For Mangle, we get a sticky note in her office telling us which camera she currently resides in. Clicking on that camera and staring at Mangle for too long will kill us. So basically another phantom, except she can actually touch me. Why did I write it like that? Shadow Bonnie, or his legal name, RWQFSFAS... Shadow Bonnie, or his legal name, RWQFSFASX... Fuck! Or his legal name, RWQFSFASXC... Did I say that correctly? I don't. Or his legal name, RWQFSFASXC. Thank God. Slowly appears in our office, requiring us to flash him until he disappears. If the office is at a high temperature, he appears way faster, and his progress is indicated by the increasingly loud music. Buy ourselves a superfan upgrade and head to the arcade cabinet where we play our second minigame, which is finding specifically colored children. You know, now that I'm saying it out loud, it sounds really wrong. Get a present, give it to the puppet, and make sure not to get spotted.
Nice.
On night 3, I didn't get to play as much Minesweeper as I usually do because of the new threats. But once more we meet up with a shriveled up Raisin.
And would you look who it is?
Ah, hello again. I was hoping I'd see you.
Ah, well, I must say that's a feeling rather foreign to me.
That's so. Well, nonetheless, I see you have another mask to your name.
Yes, and one of remarkable quality, I must say. The craftsmanship is immaculate. The felt feels as pristine as the day it was crafted. You can barely smell the decades-old grease stains laid into plastic.
Your comment garners a brief chuckle from Michael, before his laughter turns into a coughing fit. You give him time to recover, and he extends his hand toward you.
Your assistance is much appreciated, Fritz.
Who told you my... Oh, right, the name tag, yes.
Briefly, you raise a brow, staring at him in curiosity. He does the same, though his is prompted by confusion.
Aha! The summer of 91, lucky you!
What's he on about?
The hoodie! The print is a dead giveaway. There was only a brief period of time wherein Freddy lacked the red band around his hat. That, of course, induced the rebrand paranoia that Freddy's knew all too well. Ended with a dour statement from a shareholder and no more than...
37 injured, 12 lawsuits, and a total recall. Have you a history with this establishment?
That depends. Are you a cop?
That got a rise out of him. He covers his face as you hear what can best be described as a smoker's impression of a throttled hyena. And so, Michael vanished once more. As strange as it seems, what he said does make some sense to you. Given your experiences so far, the idea of there being more of these machines than they let on is one you've already considered. But you still have a job to do. You best save that thinking for when you're off the clock.
Grab myself Retina Burner and Retina Burner Plus and move on to salvaging. Of which I took Music Man, a cup of coffee, Helpy, and the Phantoms. Wait, coffee? That's right. Coffee is one of the 7 extra characters that you can salvage by getting the upgrade Backdoor Trading, which spawns more characters at each location, and those characters can be from the extra roster. Extra characters can range from high maintenance to... fucking Rodney.
Haha, look who needs a handicap.
For now I took Coffee. Once per night, Coffee will spawn and give you a minigame to complete. If you happen to fail at this minigame, Coffee will out of the generosity and caffeine in his heart not kill you, but will rather cause a power outage. Damn, thanks a lot, man. Complete the third arcade cabinet, give the present to the puppet, watch Endo break his own pathfinding.
Okay, he turned 180? What the fuck? I'm supposed to make a full circle? Watch him like turn around as soon as I exit. I don't wait for him to go on the... Go through the wall! Yeah, through the wall, please. You're gonna... Yeah, 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 okay, you're gonna... Can I... No, okay. Yeah. Fuck this. Fuck this.
And move on to night 4. Okay, this is getting ridiculous. I barely had any time to play Minesweeper. This sucks. This job sucks. I quit. It's Michael again.
Ah, good to see you again. That makes 3 now.
A veritable hat trick.
What are you?
Without another word, you procure the mask once more, as well as a matching one.
I have a theory, if you'll indulge me. One of these is the mask you're looking for. The other is simply a spare Chica head from backstage. Can you tell me which is the former?
He gives a knowing glance, then confidently taps the one in your right hand. You forego the mask, and toss the spare head into the nearby street gutter.
Fascinating. I've been wondering for some time what may make these so special. Any layman surely wouldn't tell the difference. Having guessed so assuredly, you must have some connection with them.
How much do you know, Fritz?
More than others, less than you. I've done my fair share of research, but I've still only theories to my name. I've shied away from questions for some time now, but if you may, I would like you to enlighten me on your relationship with these masks.
Oh, Fritz. You have to understand, I've kept such information from you for a reason. But perhaps I could indulge you, just a little. Through a web of deceit and treachery, these masks have seen it all. Each is fueled by the suffering brought on by Fazbear's. Since its conception, these restaurants have been a place of pure dread and delirium, all shrouded by the facade of an overweight cartoon bear. If I were to explain any further, I fear even you wouldn't believe me. No offense, of course.
None taken. I wear the Freak of Nature title with pride.
I know it's unfair to leave you in the dark, but the only true way to understand all of this is to see it through to the end. Follow my word to the letter. Bring me the last mask, and trust that this all will not be for nothing. Please.
I'll see you tomorrow, Michael.
And so, Michael vanished once more. You'd best be going. You have work to do.
Heading to William's Woods, because he likes it in the woods, we get our final salvages, Nightmarion, Nightmare BB, Crystal Wolf, and Dreadbear. Once Dreadbear spawns, he will ask for 1 of 2 pieces of candy, both of which are at the sides of her office. Another animatronic that sounds simple, but visual clarity be damned again, as it's not that hard to miss his mouth entirely.
Not the best. Oh, I missed!
Oh, and the Nightmarion has actually become a problem now, because he can spawn on the same side as Shadow Bonnie, meaning getting rid of him just got a little harder. And Nightmarion's hitbox is less than generous, to say the least. Minigame, mask. And we're on night 5, final night before something big happens. And while I did struggle on night 5 in the previous endings, I learned from my mistakes and...
No, not again! Oh my... Oh god. Oh shit! Thank you. Oh no! Oh my god, it's getting big. Oh, that's not good. Oh, none of this is good. Oh, none of this is good. It's just... What?
Okay, man, did you really have to do that? Embarrass me in front of everyone?
What? It's funny.
Easy for you to say behind that screen. Actually, come here.
Wait, what? What are you?
Wordlessly, you hand the final mask to Michael. You watch as he stares into its eyes, shuddering.
Right. It's time. I've asked a lot of you, Fritz. But as we reach the final hurdle, I must tell you this here and now. there is no turning back past this point.
Oh ho ho! Implying I would give up at the pinnacle of our success. I thought you'd know me better by now, Michael.
Fair enough. Our stubbornness should prove fruitful, as we'll see with this.
Michael procures a portable game console from his pocket and hands it to you. You grasp it, testing its weight in your hands. Nothing special about it speaks to you.
You've no doubt noticed by now, but the animatronics you've encountered are spirited, in a literal sense.
Paranormal activity is the simplest explanation for everything that's transpired so far, yes?
Indeed. And I have reasons to believe that electronics like that handheld can act as a sort of medium for these spirits to communicate with us.
Right! Well, what do you say we head back inside and get this started?
No! No, not yet. Tomorrow. It has to be tomorrow.
Right, tomorrow then.
We'll reconvene here then. Get some good rest, Fritz. And thank you for everything.
And so, Michael returns to the darkness. For a moment, he stops, looks you in the eye, and nods before continuing on his way. There's a lot that could go wrong tomorrow, but in spite your natural reservations, you steel yourself and prepare for what's to come.
Night 6, our first boss night. Night 6 is divided into 5 phases, each introducing a new threat. In phase 1, we first get familiar with the game console Michael gave us, and this is how we progress throughout the night. If we fail, we go back to our previous checkpoint. In addition, once we pull down the console, we can still see and control the game, but at a reduced vision. Phase 2 introduces Nightmare Freddy and his children. His Freddles will spawn in a random location in your office, flash them to make them leave. If unattended to, they will, annoyingly, attach to you permanently, partially blocking your vision. Collect too many of them and Nightmare Freddy will kill you. Phase 3 is when Nightmare Bonnie makes an appearance. He'll make a sound cue at one of the doorways before attacking. Flash him to make him go away. Phase 4 is Nightmare Chica, and here is where it starts to get a bit iffy. If your platforming skills aren't at least decent, you might die here a few times. Chica's mechanic isn't particularly hard. Once she appears in a window, put on your mask until she turns her head back. But the issue that this causes is a mechanic that I've failed to mention till now. Our office is getting hot. While before we could have easily turned on the fan or bought a power up to keep the office cool, there is no power in this building. This is where our 4th character will most likely make an appearance in a lot of people's runs. Nightmare. If the office reaches maximum temperature, he will kill you. The one way we can prevent this is to get a checkpoint or finish a phase of the game, so we need to be quick. Final phase, phase 5, gives us our final character, Nightmare Foxy. On the left side of your office, you'll see a timer. Once it runs out, you better have your mask on, otherwise... Fight to 87, bitch! On the surface, none of this seems difficult. React to each threat as they come up, while focusing on some platforming. But this is where the problem of playing on Lunatic comes into play. On Lunatic, you have less than a minute to get to a checkpoint. This is not a lot of time. Especially since Chica attacks randomly, and Foxy attacks every... This can cause situations where one of them spawns right after dealing with the first one, wasting so much time. And this would have been fine if some parts of the platforming segment didn't require you to wait for a platform to move so you can continue forward. The most common scenario you will get yourself in is you get rid of all the threats attacking you, look at your console, and see you missed your ride. The only way you're making real progress is if both Chica and Foxy line up their attacks multiple times throughout the phase, because this phase is long. It is equal parts skill as it is random.
Yeah, I'm not gonna get pinned up.
Most of my attempts get stuck at this point here, as I need all characters dealt with and the moving platform needs to be at the correct position. It was getting to a point where it was straight up frustrating. I did get another chance a bit later, but it finished as well as you can expect.
So I did the one thing I really don't like to do. As much as my arrogance was against it, I had to admit defeat and reset. Otherwise I could have potentially spent hours on this until I get the right RNG. But why reset? Well, there is one item that I wanted to get. The only item that actually affects this knight. Cool glasses. Remember when I briefly mentioned that we can control the game without having the console pulled up? Well, it didn't seem that significant since if you're not playing it on the console, you have your mask on. Yeah, kinda dumb to say that in retrospect. Well, whatever, I did a full reset, got my glasses, lost my wallet.
Oh, he was camping? He was camping? I've never seen him spawn on the door of the bathroom.
Took Mr. Hippo instead of coffee.
Oh, you're just the night guard I wanted
Oh,
to see.
for fuck's sake.
How you doing?
And got to night 6 again. But this time I came better prepared.
Get it done, get it over with. Oh my god, thank god. Thank god. Going through those spikes, like when I was doing those jumps before I got to the end, that was luck. I just jumped out of luck there. I did not know if they were active or not. Oh my god. GG's.
And with that, we got our second ending. Ending number 3, feels like I'm doing this in the wrong order, is the bad ending. It's actually the evil ending. I have no idea why I'm calling it the bad ending. I don't know where I've seen that, I don't know where I've read that, but it's the evil ending. And just to let you know, for the rest of the video, I'll be calling it a bad ending. Remember when I said there's only 6 characters per location? Yeah, well, I lied. Every location actually has 1 extra character that doesn't count towards our salvage count. And these characters are required for the bad ending. Now this means 2 things. 1, we have to salvage 5 animatronics per location, because the company sees the extra characters as too broken to be worth salvaging. That's gonna be fun. And 2, having more threats means less chance to farm money, but those threats themselves still give us some extra cash. Well, let's get to it. At our first location, you may have spotted a boarded up room. Behind this room lies none other than Springtrap, and we can free him by grabbing an axe on the ground in parts and service. Springtrap starts in Cam 8 and goes along the path of Cam 1, Cam 2, Cam 4 hallway, and finally your door. To move him back, you have to flash the camera he's in, and continue doing so until he's back in Cam 8. With the exception of Cam 4, specifically when he gets to your door. You can't get rid of him from here, he will kill you on his next movement, unless you have the door closed, which will stall him. As soon as you open that door, you're dead. When he moves, he does do a sound effect, but do not rely on this to know when to look for him, as it is probably the quietest sound effect in the game. Here, I'll play you a clip and you tell me if you heard him move.
I thought it was interesting. I had a closer look at it once in a while, and they would show me the ropes, and I gotta say, card games have been getting really complicated. I used to blackjack, go fish, and pick.
So, did you hear him move? Well, you're a liar, he hasn't moved an inch. It's best to check on him when you wind up the puppet, as Springtrap will move once, maybe twice if you're really unlucky between each music box wind. Get ourselves our usual gang, fuck off with her Freddy, a couple of upgrades, and move on to night 2. So with Springtrap now active, he has an additional thing to worry about at all times. Currently he's not a threat, but later on when more characters are active, he can become a real problem. The more animatronics you have to take care of at once, the bigger the chance you'll forget to check on him. And at times, you may not even have time to check. But that's for later to worry about, he's quite passive on night 2. I still managed to forget about him, and then pull up my mask on Wither Bonnie.
Ah, fuck! Fuck, I forgot about him. Can I make him go away from here? No, I cannot. Well, shit. My door needs to be closed now, permanently. Fuck. I forgot about him. Ah, am I dead? Yep. Okay, that was my bad.
Once we finish our shift, we meet up with a new character. A furry. Yes, quite a rare specimen.
Another shift down. You find yourself humming a tune as you walk out into the parking lot.
Ships were made for sinking, whiskey made for drinking, if we were...
Ah, there you are.
Bah! Wait, no, that's not how the song goes.
Ahem.
Ah, yes, hello! Didn't see you there. Did you need something?
Hoo. Oh, do I? See, I've been keeping an eye on you for some time, but I was hoping I'd get to chat with you. One-on-one.
Keeping an eye on me? For how long?
About 23 hours and 17 minutes. And in that time, you put on a show. Seriously, watching you deal with that mechanized lingerie so effortlessly, it's frankly psychotic. Which tells me you've got what it takes.
Oh, you're too kind.
Far too kind. She wants something from you.
The way you somehow able to tame Springtrap of all animatronics, too. I've never seen anything quite like it.
Springtrap?
Yeah, surely someone as skilled at this as you are knows who that is, right?
Ah, no, I'm actually rather new here, you see.
Seriously? But wait, if you're able to just start working here, how are you able to, you know, do all that?
Oh, it's a cerebral condition, I'm pretty sure.
Ah, I see. Well, whatever it is, you're getting your hands on Springtrap tells me you've got an eye of a collector. And while you found gold, you haven't yet struck oil. Although, if you'd like to listen, I can change that. I can help you find the rest.
There's more? More like him? You think to yourself. This could be revolutionary. A breakthrough. Quite possibly everything you ever could have wanted.
Where are they?
Whoa, really? Just like that?
Do you really think I could turn down such an opportunity? Just point them to me, and I'll get them.
Okay, wow, alright. I guess I was right about you after all. Just keep an eye out for the next couple abandoned location your boss sends you to. If anything looks particularly valuable, bring it to me. I look forward to seeing what you drag back with you tomorrow.
And just as suddenly as she appeared, the mysterious white rabbit disappeared into the darkness. With her gone, you're left to ruminate on your decision. Surely she wants something out of this transaction. And you know nobody would want such articulate machines just for the sake of collecting them. What could it be that she wants? What could these animatronics truly entail? Does she know how dumb she looks in that costume? And most importantly, how could you resist such an offer?
Second location, and for our second special animatronic, we need to find a way to get past this locked door. I mean, someone here must know a way to unlock them. Ah, Balloon Boy! Why did you bolt it to the floor? Balloon Boy here has a key to the locked room. But first we need to answer a few questions.
What's the reason for working here? I don't remember. How many tokens do you get for cleaning a bread sweeper? I know this one way too well. What's Shadow Bunny's legal name?
Once we get our key, we unlock the door and see Lefty. Lefty resides in the vents, just like any other mask animatronic, except she's a bit different. Lefty cannot be defended by the mask, and if she gets in your office, she'll kill you. The way you defend against her is to put an audio lure where you don't want her to go. Yep, she will actively avoid the audio lure, and if you place it right on top of her, she'll move in a random direction. So once she gets too close to one of the vent exits, put an audio lure. An interesting thing about her is that her movement pattern makes her move around the edges of the vents, unless you force her in the middle with an audio lure. What this means is she will always take the longest path to your office, so you have ample time to check on her to see if she's close. Except that's not the full story. The funny thing is, throughout the night, you have to deal with Lefty once. Because when Lefty reaches one of these spots here, she'll be stuck there for the rest of the night. Well, that turns Lefty from high maintenance to an easy take care of at the start character. No. These are the two most common scenarios you'll find yourself in. First, you can get Lefty there yourself with audio lures, but this is highly reliant on luck, because Lefty has a potential of 4 spots to move, including your office. Second, you may let Lefty get to the corners herself and put an audio lure later into the night. Well, depending on your other active threats, who's to say you won't forget to check on her? Or even worse, aren't able to check on her at all due to being preoccupied with survival. This is one of the most annoying characters to deal with, and you only have to deal with her once. It is also criminal that she's now worth $5. Take the rest of our salvages, buy some upgrades, and head towards Night 3. Where I'm not done talking about Lefty. Oh yeah, fuck this character. To be fair, what I'm about to say is only an issue on Night 3, because if you remember, I said that newly salvaged animatronics aren't active until later into the night. This is the only time where that mechanic is a hindrance, because you can't take care of Lefty at the start, and by the time she spawns, you'll forget about her.
I took it for granted that I didn't think it was like a good power-up at all, or like that needed a power-up. Oh, fuck's sake. Yeah, fuck you. Come on, do it, I dare you. Yeah, bitch.
Ah, her again.
Well, well, well. Look at you, you little lunatic. You actually pulled through. I was honestly expecting you to flake on me. I guess you must be some sort of masochist, huh?
Oh, no, not a masochist. It's a cerebral thing.
Ah, of course. Anyways, now that—
Blunt force trauma. I tried starting an animatronic fighting ring right after my shift yesterday. Didn't work out. Did not work out.
You did—
So much oil. Not motor oil, mind you. Olive oil. See, we would later the animatronics to prevent any foul play. Head to toe, make the suit. Sorry, endoskeleton. I don't know why they use that term. Technically, it's incorrect. But when BB's on the top rope and Foxy's seconds from that pirate's comb in the sky, you don't really worry about stuff like that, you know?
How'd you ever—
Anyways, I keep saying we, but it was actually just myself. See, I needed a referee, but nobody responded to my recruitment posters. Decided to just do the job myself, seeing as I was the only one who knew the rules, and how to assassinate a mechanized Mal. It was a grudge match between Chica and Cupcake Plush I taped onto my cousin's fancy vacuum. She went for the pipe—
Okay, hang on. You found Lefty, right? The black bear one?
Oh, yep. It's up in the vents somewhere.
Ah, alright. That's all I needed to hear. Well, I hate to leave so soon, but I have stuff I need to attend to. So, I'll see you around.
And so, the white rabbit disappeared into the darkness yet again.
Not everyone's prepared for Freddy's Tuesday afternoon beatdown. Heading towards location 3, we start going back to the classic secret finding just like in the original FNAF games. However nonsensical that was, it allowed us to get to our third special character, Scrap Baby. And thankfully, this one's simple and easy. She will spawn randomly throughout the night, specifically on cam 8. Once she spawns, she will start making noise to indicate she's there. After a few seconds, she'll start draining your power. If you power out, she will come into your office and personally kill you. To get rid of her, simply click the Control Shock button at the top. Feels kinda weird to describe a special character in 3 sentences, especially since Lefty took a whole page! As for the salvages, I took the usual, but this time I went with a new face. Malhair is such a disappointment. If he's active, he gives you a certain number of cam flips throughout the night, 25 on 20 AI. Use them all up and you'll be unable to pull up your monitor. Those 25 flips average out to 1 cam flip every 14 seconds, and if you've ever played this game yourself, you don't need to pull your cams up that much. Now, I know what his mechanic is supposed to represent. It's supposed to prevent you from carelessly pulling up cameras. Well, there's other animatronics for that, and they do it way better. I don't know, he just feels very underwhelming because he can be completely ignored. As for the upgrades, I took cool glasses and cam radar. Cam radar shows us an icon on the camera if it's currently occupied. This will come in handy when it comes to characters like Springtrap, since if there's no icon on cam 8, he's guaranteed gone. Night 4.
No. Don't give.
Can you guess who it is?
Third verse, same as the first. I'm so happy I could burst.
After all, things could have gone worse. I could be living here in a hearse.
Yeah, no, don't rhyme. That's my thing, sweetie. Anywho, great work so far. You've been hauling these little delights into my plush mittens like it's nothing. You didn't need to bring it back outside with you, though.
Indeed, Scrap Baby is stood right behind you as you have this conversation.
Ah, my apologies. I figured I'd need to show proof of my efforts. Either way, it's Quite interesting, isn't it?
Interesting. Interesting how?
Well, I generally consider myself well versed in this company's design choices, but this clown is something I've never seen.
Oh, believe me, barely anyone has. You can consider yourself lucky in that regard.
You fiddle with the animatronic's exterior, careful not to prick your fingers on any of its many stray wires.
Unmistakably Fazbear Crafter, or at least a subsidiary. These design choices were something only they would be bold enough to make. The decision to ditch the rubber masks was a risky one. Could have led to a much higher repair cost if things happened to go south.
Gosh, you really did your homework, huh?
But you're not listening. You give the animatronic's wheels a quick flick, but they do not spin. You run the design through your head 1,000 times, trying to decipher what it was intended to be, before realizing nothing fits. The wiring isn't just frayed, it's out of place entirely, desperately holding together an endoskeleton to which it does not belong. Who put this thing together? Why was it where you found it? How does she know about it? But before you could speak up to ask, she's already gone. And you cannot wait for tomorrow.
Location 4, Williams Wood. Oh, wait, that's not what it says. For our final special animatronic, well, we actually have to find him first. In one of the rooms, you can find a locked chest, and it's looking for a password, with the hint being favorite child. Looking around the place, we can find scattered notes, and each of them are William talking about either some project of his or his children. So we have to decipher which kid is his favorite. Let's see if we can guess who it is. Wrong! It's Spring Bonnie.
In Spring Bonnie.
Well, that explains a lot. And here's our finalist, Molten Freddy. Molten Freddy will randomly spawn during the night at one of your doors, creating an ocean wave. Close the door until he bonks it, and you're good. Apart from the 3 faces you've already seen, our 4th salvage is actually someone new, Nightmare Fredbear. Once the office gets too hot, he will start to close his teeth on you until you cool the office. Specifically cool it down by 1 bar equivalent, only then will he start retracting his teeth. It's just best to keep the office at low temperatures at all times. And that can be made even easier with our new upgrade, Power AC, which allows us to go into negative temperature. This comes in really handy with an upgrade I already have, Superfan Plus, immediately removing Fredbear from the equation. Night 5.
Oh, because I have my door closed. Fuck.
He had this set that was specifically for playing with atoms. This is something with nuclear science. He was a big fan of this stuff.
Alright, that was a bit chaotic. Nah, we didn't flash you? I didn't flash you? Oh. God damn it. No, because I closed both doors.
Well, anyway, I gotta run some errands, so I'll see you around.
What the fuck was the cupcake?
Somebody need a sensors on, please.
Hello?
Hello?
Oh fuck, when did you get here? Really?
That's just Freddy.
Nice, finally.
Oh, you beautiful, beautiful little thing, you. You're still not dead, huh?
Of course not. I make it my life's purpose to not die.
Right. Anywho, let me hear the good news. I hear you dragged something real nice back with you last night.
Oh, that I did. 4 of a kind, and what a suit. This one was a bit more talkative than the others, you know.
Well, I suppose it's expected out of that one. Just don't listen too much of what he says, alright? After all, you should be saving that energy for me.
I couldn't have even if I wanted to. Its 3 voices kept talking over one another. Though I'm still curious about the choice of locale. These things were made for entertainment, and yet so much about their design continues to baffle me.
Hey, don't get too interested. Remember, you're handing these things over to me. What's with your interest anyway? I thought you only learned about these things once you started working here.
Oh, well, that is true, but these machines, they're, incredibly weird looking. Yes, the engineers must have been on quite the bender to design these things. Oh, what I wouldn't give to meet just one of the minds behind these machines.
Heh, right. Say, I can't leave you empty-handed. You still need your reward. Meet me right here. Same time, same place, tomorrow. Something tells me you're gonna love it.
And so, the white rabbit disappeared into the darkness for what may be the final time.
Well, I'd be a fool to stop now.
Oh, there you are. And right on time, too. I was just finishing up that reward. Well, are you excited? Finally, you and I are gonna be part of something so much greater. Feast your eyes on the prize to end all prizes, the ultimate reward for all your hard work. 'Cause as the old saying goes...
No good deed goes unpunished.
That face speaks for itself. Another boss fight is upon us, and it's Salvage, an amalgamation of all those special animatronics we salvaged. Like the good ending, it's split into 5 phases, with each phase introducing both a new attack and activating animatronics that we took at each location. Phase 1, Salvage tries attacking us directly by going to either door and peeking into our office. To get rid of him, we have to slam the door on him 3 times. On phase 2, Salvage tries to fix himself by going to one of these cameras and siphon the power out of the building. If he's there for too long, he will turn the lights off. To get rid of him, administer a control shock. Phase 3, he...
Seeping into the vents.
Yes, thank you, Michael, go away now. Salvage tries to go into your office within the vents. Click on his eye to get rid of him. Phase 4, Salvage has successfully gotten into our office, and the only way to get rid of him is to yank the wired eyes before they attack. Michael, are you sure these are wires? I feel grossed out. What if I just ignore them? Tentacle hentai! Salvage by himself isn't difficult to deal with. Occasionally check Cam's events and react to his other attacks. If you think about it, this night isn't too much harder than night 5, as all the active animatronics you have already beaten. But it's not the mechanics that make this night difficult. It's the sheer overwhelming and panicky feeling you get with each phase. As soon as a new phase hits, it feels like you have to do so much, or you miss something important. And this is very apparent by the fact that there's no checkpoints. You die, you go to the start. This can make the boss feel way longer than it is. Now, granted, you do have the shop available, unlike the good ending, and Defconing Salvage actually skips one of his phases. You can absolutely protect yourself with everything if other animatronics are causing you problems, letting you focus on just dealing with Salvage. So what if we take that away? You may have noticed that I said there's 5 phases, but Salvage only has 4 attacks. Well, as soon as you hit phase 5, Salvage becomes way faster and stops using his event and power draining attack, but in return, he disables the shop and items you've already bought. This is what will truly bring out the panic within you. Oh my god, no.
Hold out just a bit longer.
What? What? Oh, I didn't.
Oh shit. Damn it. Ah, damn it. That was... I didn't know what to do. What? What? Hold on, what? There was nothing there. There was nothing there.
Glad to see you. You know, I had actually been thinking about it a lot recently.
God damn it.
Specifically magic, because my buddy Orville is a magician. There's a lot of factors. The real believability now, whether or not it for me, magic is strength. I heard about all sorts of spiritual, strange subjects. I'm pretty sure I've heard something about anything got it. That's here, no here, no there. I do understand. Card games. And, the card games.
You must think you have me on the ropes, do you? Well, little do you know, I've one more trick up my sleeve. Did you really think you could defeat me? You, the little morsel you are. You are nothing. You've always been nothing. And that is how it shall remain. Once I'm through with you here, you'll be forgotten. Not even a footnote in my legacy. When this is all over, I'll... Say, is it hot in here? Or is it just me?
I'm sorry I had to do this. But if you play with fire, you're going to get burned.
And with that, we got our third ending. Wow, I'm already over an hour into this video and it feels like I still have so much to talk about. Thankfully, the next ending we have, the money ending, will be a lot shorter. This ending has only one requirement. Buy an item called Talbert's Files, which comes out at a costly $120. Now that we have our files, our only task here is to finish Night 5, which I don't think I need to go over every location to explain everything I picked out, so here's all of it. Oh, and would you look at that? It's Shadow Freddy. Shadow Freddy spawns once a night and plunges the entire office into darkness. The amount of time depends on his AI value, which at 20 AI is 1 hour. It's more of an annoyance than anything. And the new upgrade I got was Bear Change. This makes blocked animatronics give us 1.5 times the amount of tokens. This will help out a lot for what's coming for this ending. And after beating Night 5 once more, we get a call. Oh, is it over already? What a shame! It felt like things were just getting started. If only I could Such visceral rage. What's the occasion?
I've been scammed, swindled, hoodwinked. When were you gonna tell me about those files, huh?
I've got a lot of files. Which ones are you talking about?
The ones I found in your office, you stooge. I took a look through them, and as it turns out, those jerks who showed me the company were hiding millions in property right under my nose. Look, you're the only chump I can trust with this, so shut your trap and listen up. According to these files, there's a secret bunker out there in the middle of these woods. More importantly, the place is stuffed with animatronics that could make me rich. I need you.
I'll do it.
Wow, that easy? I didn't say what the job is yet. Hey, if you say so. Now move it. Time is money.
This is where I'm meant to be. Circus Babies Entertainment and Rentals, with another 6 animatronics to salvage, where most of them are very high maintenance. Good thing I have backdoor trading. Okay, well, coffee can only help me so much. I still have 3 others to salvage. Lolbit, no that's not a Fumo, increases the price of power-ups in the shop. On 20 AI, you're looking at everything being doubled. Pickles at 600 tokens? That happiness better be worth it. Okay, it's worth it. Lulz Hacks. At the beginning of the night, he gives you 3 choices to pick from. Choosing will activate that character for this night, restarting the night or dying will reset this. 2 choices are revealed and 1 is completely random. Choosing this will play that character's voice line, so good luck recognizing some of them. Guys, I think that was Foxy. And our final animatronic, Circus Baby. Until the end of night, you have to find all of her Bidybabs scattered around the cameras and click on them. The amount of Bidybabs you have to find is equal to her AI. She resides in Camp 7, displaying the amount of Bidybabs left. Once all of them are gone, Baby will leave too. Similar to Toy Freddy, this is something you want to do at the beginning of the night, get it out of the way immediately. And her bitty babs give you a token each, which is neat. As for
Upgrades.
I also took Power AC and upgraded it to Power AC Plus, mainly because of Frickbear. Oh boy, night 6. And this night. So how many of you have actually paid attention to what animatronics I took? I hate Mangle, I hate Endoskeleton. This duo was the cause of this night taking me an hour. Who cares about the new characters? Coffee? Negligible. Lolsax? Whatever. Lolbit? Baby, that one actually matters, don't underestimate her. These two on 20 AI are unbearable to go against and are one of my least favorite characters in the game. That's right. This ending isn't about sister location, it's about these chuckle fucks. For starters, both give you next to no time to react to them. Mangle gives you 1 second to look away.
Can't the fox have some privacy around here?
And that time stays throughout the whole night. So if you look at her for half a second at 12 AM, and then for another half a second at 5.
See what you've done?
You're dead. This is not a lot of time to work with. If you accidentally click on her camera, you're almost guaranteed to lose almost half a second at least, because you actually have to react to seeing her and then act accordingly. Make that mistake 2 or 3 times throughout the whole night, and you're dead. Now, I know you get a sticky note in your office, but no one pays attention to that beyond the first hour, because you have more immediate threats to worry about. And what if Mangle is on a camera you have to check, like the puppet on Cam 6? Or what if you have to check on multiple cameras at once? You can always flip up your monitor up and down quickly so she changes positions, but later in the game this becomes a genuine risk because of all the potential danger that comes with flipping down the monitor. This mechanic doesn't make it harder, it makes it more frustrating to deal with him. Her, I don't know. Mangle should not have her timer stay the same throughout the night. It should reset upon flipping down the cameras. And this same complaint also extends to Endoskeleton. While he's active, he basically acts as a timer on how much you can use your flashlight before killing you. This timer obviously decreases with a higher AI value. This grace period allows you to quickly gather your surroundings if Shadow Freddy is active, the phantoms are about to jump you, or Plushtrap is at your door. He's supposed to act as a deterrent rather than a complete restriction, which is exactly why on 20 AI he gives you a 1/4 of a second. Oh, you thought Mangle's timer was strict? Man, you have no idea. And you remember when I said that Endo's sound effect is quiet? You might have, throughout some of my gameplay, noticed that he has a second sound right after. Which is... oh well, that is much easier to notice than... why don't I just react to... instead? Well, that's because the... isn't the sound of him about to activate, but the sound of him already being active. At first, I thought my endo deaths while playing for the money ending were caused from combining him with Shadow Freddy. I mean, that was the case in the beginning. I even died from endo at one point because Shadow Freddy himself was blocking him. But this just comes to learning to play within the darkness. Many of my endo deaths were caused from being unable to hear him activate, Shadow Freddy or not. And the reason I'm mentioning all of this now is because it becomes really problematic for the sister location characters. Why do you think I salvaged 3 animatronics you barely interact with and only 1 out of the main cast? All 4 of their mechanics are based around looking at the cameras, so I took the one that I could deal with immediately and forget about it afterwards. Granted, I could have always not taken these 2, but I wanted to salvage character combos I don't usually take. I like mixing things up, finding new strategies and challenging myself. And all of this was streamed on Twitch, so I didn't want every final night to play the exact same. And it was only during this ending when I realized how much of a problem they can be. Most of my attempts didn't even get past 1 AM. I had to rely on power-ups a lot here. Oh yeah, you. Well, it turns out Lolbit wasn't there for show. But neither was Bear Change. Since I knew I was gonna go for Lolbit, Bear Change was a real good upgrade here, allowing me to buy power-ups a lot faster than I usually would have with Lolbit active.
Oh, you're active immediately. I heard 3 footsteps, what the... I was holding a flashlight, the dancing activated. Oh, this is gonna be complicated. Really? God damn it. I'm dead. Yeah. It's over here. Oh, damn it. Oh god. Oh. Didn't even have time to click off. When? I took a little bit and copy. I didn't even hear him. I didn't know what to go for first.
You can now feel the clothes on your...
Oh my god, Endo. Finish it. Finish it. GG's. Didn't even need a jump scare block. God, that took a while.
Finally, every ending is done. Took a lot longer than anticipated, but that's mainly because I wanted to explain every mechanic present. Whatever, if you're still here, this means you've enjoyed the video so far. I hope. So, why not leave a like and subscribe, all while I check off another platinum trophy off my list and move on to the next one. I think I've just realized something. Say, isn't it weird that the conditions for every ending do not overlap? Like, at all? Can I just do all of them at the same time? Nothing is preventing me from collecting all the masks, salvaging the special animatronics, and buying Talbert's files. What even is in those files anyways? I mean, it got my boss all riled up because it mentioned a secret location. What else are these hiding?
Hey, Fritz, buddy! What do you think you're doing here, huh? Come on, old Paul. You know a little watchman like yourself shouldn't be sticking their nose in confidential company files. Why don't you just hand over that little old folder and things take on just as they should? Yeah? After all, I'm sure you wouldn't want to end up like Henry. You aren't gonna give it back, are you? Alright, I get it! I see what you're trying to do here. You think by collecting all of these artifacts, by bringing them all together in one place, you can save everyone, don't you? Free all of those poor little souls. And destroy everything we've built up here in the process. Well, have you considered maybe things are better this way? Come on, Fritz. You see it too, don't you? They love it here. Those poor kids. Who knows what waits for them on the other side? Am I right? But here, they've got friends to make, games to play, smiles to bring. And somehow, you think that's a bad thing. You know what? Maybe you just don't have the right perspective on everything. Here, Fritz. Why don't I show
I really do hate to do this to you, you know? You were one of my favorites. But hey, I didn't know a way I can make it up to you. How about a little trip down memory lane?
Okay, everything's changed. Everything has changed. Who are you? Actually, what are you is the better question. Suddenly, a minigame. Okay, I will do a minigame. Please don't kill me. Right, let's slow down a bit. You can, in fact, do every condition for other endings at the same time. Doing so will trigger what is our true final ending. The ultimate ending. In an attempt to please everyone at once, you caught the attention of Frickbear. Or better yet, the spirit possessing Frickbear. Cassidy. And she's not happy about it. She thinks that freeing all spirits will do no good, and that they are happier here with everyone else, trapped in their animatronics. She's not afraid to kill you for the sake of her goal. I mean, she already did it once with Henry. You, however, are ready to take her on and beat her in her own game. Frickbear's boss fight is split into two phases, with phase 1 being literal warrior wear. You are given a random minigame to quickly complete. All of them are something you've already done in previous playthroughs, so there's no unfamiliarity. These can range from defending against an animatronic to completing something from the Games tab. Failing them will lose you a heart. Fail 4 times and you can guess what happens. Well, now you're just taunting me. The name of the game is Speed. The faster you can react, the better. Especially since some of them give you no time to process what you're supposed to do.
Oh my god, blind. I clicked him. Oh, I didn't have time to react.
It is also cruel that you can get air adventure as one of the minigames. Once you reach stage 20 is when phase 2 hits. Suddenly, you're back in your office, and your only task here is to survive from 4 AM to 6 AM. While it is only 2 hours, you have to survive all animatronics you salvage this run, and Frickbear attacking you as well, with his attacks being reminiscent of other bosses. When Frickbear attacks, he will announce what you have to do to stop him. Mash, he will appear at one of the doors, and you're supposed to spam the door button until it fully closes. Scare away, small Frickbear plushies appear everywhere in your office. Flash them to make them go away. Shock, the entire office becomes dark, and you're supposed to find Frickbear in one of the cameras to shock him. Close, a bunch of moving pop-ups appear, blocking your vision. Click the X button to make them disappear. It is also important to note that any hearts you had left over going into phase 2 will act as a bear trap, preventing one instance of a jump scare each. This is a short but really chaotic fight, putting everything you've learned to the test. Death isn't an option.
We got close. Wait, what? That was fucking 2, really?
seems like no matter how hard I try, you just won't let me have my way, huh? Gosh, you really are stubborn. I don't want this all to end. I don't want my friends to leave me behind. I know what I've done is selfish. I know it's wrong, but I couldn't let Henry take away the only friends I ever known. I couldn't let you get in the way of me keeping them here. I told the others there was nothing waiting for us after this, but the truth is, I don't know what's gonna happen to us when we move on. When we reach the other side, and the thought of that, it terrifies me. What if there's nothing? What if after everything we've done it's just black, total nothingness, an unnamed void, and eternity where I can even find comfort in my own streams? I can't go there. I can't be forgotten. I can't be left behind. Can't it just stay this way forever?
Time is a scary thing. No matter what we do, time won't wait for us. Whether we're out in the yard, unaware of its presence, or watching it slowly tick away on the clock overhead, time will not stop. So why should we? Why should we sit in contempt, willing to let this idea of eternity frighten us? Why shouldn't we take action? Make time catch up with us? Complacency is tempting, yes, but could you just dream of what may come next? What if there's more on the other side? What if there's something new?
But what if it's just more suffering? What if it hurts?
Then we'll let it hurt. We'll let it try. We'll push beyond whatever waits for us. Heads to the sky. You and I have survived more than death itself. I'd like to see it try and make us hurt. We've felt more than pain. We've felt pride. We've felt dread. And now, there's nothing left for you here. But there's everything beyond. No more dingy backrooms, no more greasy floors, and no more hideous night guards. Seriously, talk about low standards. Have you seen the last guy they hired? No, really, have you seen that big red clown hair of his? His weirdo rat eyes, and the way he walks?
and his shabby tie? And his dreamy shirt?
Oh my god, has he ever heard of a shower?
Gosh, now I really feel bad about trying to kill you.
So has everyone else in the building. I'm used to it. Now, you've got somewhere to be, don't you?
Yeah, it's time to go.
Okay, now every ending is done. Sorry for the suspense, but we are finally able to move on to our next Platinum Trophy, Maximalist. For Maximalist, we are supposed to salvage the maximum amount of animatronics possible and beat the game. To achieve this, we have to go for both the bad ending and the money ending. With 6 animatronics we start with, 16 animatronics from the first 4 locations, 4 special animatronics, and finally sister location. I am not making the same mistake. Get out. Power-ups and upgrades are beyond essential to make this bearable, which is why the combination of both the bad and money ending is an awful one. As I've already mentioned, the special animatronics require more attention to survive, meaning less money for Minesweeper. And to get to sister location, we need money for Talbert's files. That's all my savings, man! Being able to multitask and remember everything is not optional anymore, it's a requirement. So it's time to get serious. This is the entire joke.
This is getting out of hand. Okay, I'm taking this off. I'm taking this off. I'm going my old self. Oh, go help the big. Okay, guys, help. Guys, I have cancer. Hold on. I'm fixing myself. No, fuck. Okay, I'm back.
Here are all my picks, and since I didn't go with any camera interference, I took both Baby and another one from the main cast, Ballora. She spawns once per night, much like Shadow Freddy. While she's active, you have a certain amount of time to find 4 mini arenas on the cameras. Some of them are in your face, and some of them are assholes. Only a single mini arena can be on a camera at once, and failing to find them will result in your funeral. Although, thanks to Back to Trading, we have another new character, this time from the extra roster. Sparky spawns randomly throughout the night. Once he spawns, he will make a sound cue. To get rid of him, you have to find him on the cameras, which will give out a constant echo of his voice. Once you find where he resides, use the vibration collar to get rid of him. As for the upgrades, the only new thing we have is Spawn Killer, which grants us a death coin at the start of the night. I know I said I want to use a death coin, but I had to make an exception this one time. In case Rodney spawns.
Oh my god, Rodney.
I wasted $99 for that. And it was worth it! For night 6, the biggest obstacle this time wasn't a single animatronic or some character combo. It was more so just remembering what to do and when to do it. 30 animatronics is nothing to scoff at. That's over 60% of the cast. Paying attention to all of them is gonna take some time to get used to. And that's pretty much the extent of this trophy's difficulty. Now you still shouldn't take it lightly. Awareness is a skill that isn't something that's learned very easily. It takes a lot of time to be able to figure out the best course of action when multiple threats are about to kill you, let alone adapt to the situation on the fly. Which is why a lot of my deaths were from a variety of characters. Simply not dealing with someone on time or forgetting to close the door in the moment. As for my strat, it's basically to build up tokens for the mask and door power-ups, and then use said power-ups when Shadow Freddy or Ballora spawn, letting me deal with them in peace.
Oh shit, I could F. Oh my god, I fat fingered the wrong button. Oh, I forgot about left. Yeah, okay. It's a lot of everything at the same time. Oh, well, yeah. Oops. Oh, well, honestly, I don't even know why I didn't check on him. Lefty, I swear to God, going to the corner, you fucking bitch. Oh, yeah, I didn't get rid of that. Fuck. That's a problem. That's a big problem. Forgot about him again. No fucking way that worked. Even with Springtrap on the door. Oh. If I didn't farm money, I wouldn't have, like, that one battery pack I had. Maximalists. Let's go. That was tight. The battery pack saved me.
For our next two trophies, they will be achieved together as they are both based around the custom night challenges. One of them is Gold Star, very appropriate name with you being a platinum trophy and all, which requires us to beat every challenge preset. For every challenge, you're able to acquire an additional badge along with the completion star. These are the No Death Coin badge and No Power Ups badge. we are gunning for the no death coin badge, as that's the requirement for our final platinum trophy, Platinum Star. There's a JoJo reference somewhere, but I haven't watched it and I don't plan to. There are 20 challenges in total. I'll only beat 10 for another trophy, so that leaves us with 10 more. I will only go into detail for a few challenges, as going over every challenge is absurd, especially since some of them I beat fairly quickly. Actually, let's put all of their completion time on screen. See something weird? One could say there's a bit of a time discrepancy. I'll also introduce the rest of the characters I haven't mentioned yet real quick, because there aren't many left and you will be seeing them now. Continuing from the extra roster, Chipper, till the end of night, buy his wood from the shop. Why are you so excited, buddy? Is it because I touched your wood? Price depends on his AI, which at 20 costs 30 tokens, unaffected by Lolbit. Candy, on your right side there's a monitor that counts down. Once it reaches 0, you better have your mask on until he leaves. Literally Scott Coffin! Once per night he gives you a platforming minigame to complete with a certain amount of lives. Use all of them and you're dead. Up Goes resides in Cam 1 and will eventually tell you which camera he's thinking of. Once you hear a sound cue, do a control shock on that camera. And to close off the extra roster, Rodney. Which you could have probably guessed what he does, but just in case you haven't caught on, he doesn't shut up!
Hey, I wrote a song for you. Never mind. I lost interest.
From sister location, we have 2 animatronics left. Funtime Freddy spawns on either left or right hallway with a sound cue. Eventually he will do a second sound cue announcing his attack.
Here I come.
Which door he attacks depends on if Bonbon is with him or not. If he is, he's attacking the door he's at. If not, Bonbon is attacking the opposite door.
Hey, you want to see something cool? Oh, come on!
If you close both doors, he will wait until you open one of them.
Ready or not, here I come!
Funtime Foxy. He displays the time on cam 2, but instead of watching him, you're supposed to have the right door closed at that time. And the final animatronic, an animatronic that I've avoided this entire video, an animatronic whose mechanic I hate so much it gave me PTSD, and that's none other than Withered Freddy. He paces back and forth in front of your window between the 2 doorways. Once he reaches one of them, close the door. I am trying my hardest not to write paragraphs on why I hate him, but I don't want to make this segment any longer than it should be, so moving on to the actual challenges. Some characters also have what's called an SP AI level, which basically means that the character has some sort of new special mechanic. Challenge 1, Minute to Win It. Beat Scott and Coffee's minigame, collect 20 bitibabs and 4 mini arenas, buy Chipper's wood, and beat one of Toy Freddy's high scores within 1 minute while also being in permanent darkness. This took me 2 attempts.
Minigame. Wow, I somehow did it. I'm honestly surprised I did this with second try.
Challenge 2, Blind Mode. Speaking of permanent darkness, this is what this challenge is all about, with the addition of not having a flashlight as well. Can feel overwhelming, but it's just door control and camera cycling for Sparky. Challenge 3, Even a Bear. The only challenge here is managing Funtime and Withered Freddy.
Hi, Withered Freddy.
Challenge 4, The Second Coming. Challenge comprised of Frickbear's 2 characters. Withered Freddy is active and that's the only hard part. I guess Springtrap could cause some problems.
Oh, God! Okay.
Back then, safety standards were...
Oh, wrong way. Goes on the left.
Here's a good little cupcake.
Man, if only my pal Buddy was here. Little bluebird fella. He'd be flying around the room, knocking stuff over, yelling in a panic. It'd be great. Yeah, beginner's luck.
Pretty sure I got to the door that time, but like literally as I clicked the camera, I heard him.
Challenge 5, New Friends. 3 minutes to deal with these lovely chaps, all while paying attention to the other lovely chaps. God, everyone here is a high priority character, which is why it's super surprising to me that I beat this within only 16 minutes.
Oh my god. Oh, damn it. I wasn't paying attention. Oh no, oh, fuck. Oh no! I should have kept it close. GG's!
Challenge 6. Deafening. You are deaf. That's the challenge. Okay, well, since there's literally no game sound, they can't really throw many characters at you, so it's actually possible to beat. Oh. You mean to tell me I'm supposed to find Toy Chica's cupcake while completely deaf? I can already barely tell which side she's on in the first place. Actually, forget about Toy Chica. Freddy is the real issue, since on 20 AI he can get to your door at around 20 seconds. And since he doesn't have a visual cue, nor does he have a sound cue anymore, you're supposed to track him on the cameras constantly. Which is great when I cannot look at the cameras. Freddy was so annoying in his challenge, I resorted to just closing both doors every 20 seconds and then check if he left back to the stage because you don't even hear when someone bonks the door. Challenge 7. Demo Demons. Oh no. Do I need to even say it? We got the entire bad game design gang who are all a big problem because of this rotten corpse that someone let loose in the restaurant. Not to mention Shadow Freddy, who will make it oh so much more difficult to check on him because you see... You can't see. If you didn't hate this trio until now, you will after beating this. So far every challenge I mentioned I beat without any power-ups whatsoever. This one I had to give up on without power-ups because, holy shit, you don't have enough power to efficiently deal with everything. Constantly pushing Springtrap back and needing to keep the office cool as Shadow Bunny's speed is affected by the temperature, by a significant margin. So since I had to buy batteries for power, I decided to just splurge on everything to help me live. Besides the Death Queen, that one's not allowed.
Okay, fuck you, Mangle.
Oh, when did you spawn?
Oh, no. I just heard him. Oh, no. Oh, I hate Mangle. God damn it. God, stop. Oh my. Yeah, whatever. Keep the door closed for Springtrap. He's at the door. Fucking finally. Only have to use half the power-ups in the shop.
Challenge 8, the Lulz Hacks Shuffle. The fact that there's only 2 animatronics active should scare you. SP Lulz Hack spawns 3 random characters each hour, so there's no one strategy. You have to adapt to survive, and the puppet is there in case you get no camera animatronics. This challenge can be as easy or as hard as the game wants. How does getting baby at 5 AM sound like?
You gave me baby, it's GG's. You gave me baby. It's GG's.
Or Nightmare Freddy spawning already shutting his jaw because you looked away from your temperature for 2 seconds.
Oh.
For reference, he doesn't start contracting his teeth if the office has more than 5 bars of temperature.
Oh, Lefty as well. Oh my god, Lefty as well. Oh no. 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 Oh.
At one point at 5 AM, Chipper spawned, but I didn't notice him because Lefty spawned with him, leading to me focusing on getting Lefty trapped and forgetting to buy Chipper's wood. And what's even worse, most of your attempts will get to at least 4 AM, because that's where all the difficulty is, meaning you can take a nap in the first 4 hours, but then do literally everything for the last 2. I even beat this one without power-ups. They weren't needed. It's just hoping you don't get scammed of your win at 5 AM.
Hand me the keyboard. Don't. Hey, Big Brother pulled through.
Oh my
The
god.
guy who was playing horribly before back on here, though.
The sweet release.
Challenge 9, Full Game Fiends. This was just a really difficult challenge. The main problem, for me at least, were the main cast of Sister Location, as I had almost no experience going against them. Okay, collecting babies Bidababs wasn't too hard, especially since these fox aren't active. When it comes to Ballora, I wasn't used to the positions of her mini-arenas at all. Funtime Freddy was a bit annoying and you need to check on him quite often, leading to me forgetting a few times, wasting power keeping both doors closed until I checked on him. Funtime Foxy though, god I don't like him. Let me tell you the one thing I hate in any FNAF game. Glorified timers. A timer animatronic is an animatronic that will kill you at a specific time if their conditions are not met. Prime example, Funtime Fox's mechanic from Ultimate Custom Night, or in this game, Candy, or even Nightmare Foxy and Chica from The Good Ending. They force you to always keep track of time, which you've seen how chaotic this game can get. You're eventually gonna forget about a single interval, or be doing something completely else at the wrong time. There is already so much happening, why make me remember an exact time multiple times a night? I tried to go without power-ups, but I had to resort to buying 2 laser doors and activating them at 4 and 5 AM. Couldn't really buy much more since Lolbit was active and I wasn't gonna risk missing an interval while playing Minesweeper. Once the laser doors are active, the only reason you would pull up cams is to get rid of Scrap Baby, assuming you already got rid of Baby and Ballora.
Fucking GG's. Oh, finally. Finally. Okay.
Challenge 10. A bit of everything. Fuck. Everyone being set on only 5 AI is an illusion to trick you into thinking this is gonna be simple. Till now, you've never had to come even close to the amount of management that this challenge is demanding of you. This challenge is a wake-up call to those who thought they figured out the game, and think the game is actually quite easy, even on Lunatic. Me, I was one of those people. I got humbled hard. Awareness is a skill that isn't something that's learned very easily. I'm getting a sense of deja vu. However much awareness you think you have, it will not prepare you for remembering so many threats. And the fact that they are all on 5 AI makes it even worse, because everyone is so slow. It's like escorting a pensioner, and because everyone is so slow, everyone becomes a glorified timer. Funtime Foxy's timer ranges from 115 to 145. Candy's timer is set to 115, with her Freddy is slower than oil extraction. Was that him turning around? Or the sound of his bones breaking? Coffee and Scott are so slow it's annoying. Twisted Wolf becomes a vibrator. Cam animatronics like Springtrap, Funtime Freddy, Sparky and Popgoes attack so infrequently, by the time they announce themselves I've already fallen asleep.
Time to blow out the candles.
Ronin becomes a reaction channel.
You know, I actually have a secret line that's a massive lore hint. I'm not gonna say it though.
And if Lefty starts from the middle, she needs almost an entire hour to get to the corners. Unless you want to do it yourself, at which point... go fuck yourself. Now the time this took me to beat is a bit embarrassing, but it's also because I tried to do it with no power-ups, like I did it with every other challenge. To be honest, the mask and laser doors weren't gonna do much anyways. They were gonna what? Prevent 2 Funtime Foxy attacks and 1 Candy attack? Even then, something is better than nothing. But I got so consistent at this mode that I actually got close to beating it with no power-ups. Sadly, I had to buy power in the end, but that's the only thing I bought, so... good job, me. You wasted your time. But after 11 painful hours, I finally got this run.
I'm not gonna make it.
God, I really hope me talking to you this will work out with you by now.
Sadly, I have to buy power.
God, do you not have any discretion? You ever wonder how this game didn't end up getting canned? It's actually because they outsourced all the development to a sweatshop. Hey, big brother.
Oh my god.
You should probably get the guy who was playing horribly before back on here, though.
Finally. Fucking finally. That is in total maybe 12 hours just on this challenge. Holy fuck.
And so, I have finally achieved all 7 platinum trophies. Safe to say, ending it on a lengthy challenge was quite poetic, don't you think? In total, I spent 60 hours on this game, and it took 30 of those hours to get all of the platinum relics. This is not fucking Crash Bandicoot. And it took me 30 of those hours to get all of the platinum trophies, which is insane. Not only because some things should have been beaten way quicker than I'm willing to admit, but the fact that a FNAF fan game of all things has given me so much playtime in the first place. There is just so much to do, so many secrets, so many combinations of animatronics to try out, and it all blends together in such a fun and engaging way. The game even tracks all of your available stats, so let's check them out. 800 deaths across the board, and 100 of them are directly contributed by none other than Wither Freddy. My biggest paycheck was $745. I did a run for fun to see how much money I can get by the end. It was actually quite painful to try to optimize it. Of course, who can forget about my favorite minigame, which is, by no surprise to anyone, Threadsweeper, which has in total earned me almost 40,000 tokens. That is over 1200 games of Minesweeper. And if we scroll down, we can see everything that the game checks for that sweet 100% completion rate, huh? Well, would you look at that? Alright, how many of you have actually believed this was the end of the video? I'm not even gonna pretend that I don't know what this is. I am fully aware of what I'm getting myself into. Come on, this is a channel about super difficult achievements in games. And this is a FNAF video we're talking about. Gotta dress to impress after all. And for God's sake, the trophy type is forbidden. That is a perfect bait name for a completionist like me. Stick with me for a little while longer so I can walk you through my lunatic desire to achieve true 100% in Frickbear's Free.
He said it! He said the title of the video! No way!
Let's start with a simple introduction. These are the forbidden trophies. Hidden trophies that are not required for 100%, and whose whole purpose is to have over-the-top difficulty. There's 5 in total, and as you've seen, we already have our first one. Too much to bear. Gotten by achieving 100% in the game. And most people would be satisfied with that. You got every trophy, you beat the entire game, the game rewards you. But I'm not most people, I'm insane. Which then brings us to our second forbidden trophy, Unkillable. Beat a run on Lunatic difficulty without dying once. This trophy alone took me 1 attempt. Okay, I've been hyping these up to be super hard, which they are. This one is just the easiest of the bunch. And the skill gap between this one and the other 3 is night and day. If you're playing a Lunatic, you can get this by complete accident.
I didn't because I suck, but that's a different problem. But now that I actually focus on not dying, it's really simple. I just had to do what I was already doing, grind money, but also focus on upgrades that make survival easier. Buy a bear trap, hell, buy 2 bear traps with the help of a mimic ball, and get all of the low maintenance, no bullshit wombo combo animatronics. It really is that simple. Nice. And kill a bear. Some power even. Yeah, like I said, the no deaths or no hit type of challenges, either first try or 20 tries, 30 tries, infinite tries, nothing in between. Forbidden Trophy number 3, and this one will not disappoint in difficulty. NPU requires us to beat every single custom night challenge without purchasing any power-ups. We know we've done a challenge without power-ups if it has this symbol showing on the challenge. This is why I was so adamant on completing challenges without any power-ups while going for Platinum Star, so I have less work to do for this trophy. But in the end, I was still left with 3 of the hardest challenges to do once again, this time being forced with a hefty restriction: Demo Demons, Full Game Fiends, and a bit of everything. Starting with the easier out of the 3, Full Game Fiends. By now, I've had way more time to get used to the system location characters. And it shows, because this challenge took me only an extra 30 minutes. I got so good at finding bitibabs that I got most of them in the first 15 seconds. My eyes were glued to the in-game timer, and if by chance I had to go on cameras and I'm unsure when Final Foxy is going to attack, I would close the right door while I take care of everything, trading a bit of power for safety. Speaking of power, it surprisingly wasn't an issue as long as I checked on Final Freddy frequently, making the only hard part of this challenge management and remembering intervals. On the opposite side of the spectrum, Demo Demons took an extra 2.5 hours. The basic cycle of this challenge stayed the same. Once Puppet is close to depleting, wind her music box up and push Springtrap back, as long as these cocks allow it. And this is a cycle I got pretty good at by the end of beating the challenge no death coin. I got used to checking for Mangle's sticky note, and the skeleton sound effect is still quiet as shit. The moment I clicked the flashlight. But I sorta got used to that as well. That word is doing a lot of heavy lifting. I mentioned that the reason I couldn't beat this without power-ups was my power, and I thought that I just wasn't good at green running. Oh no, this wasn't an issue with me, this was an issue with the challenge. A lot of my attempts died at 5 AM because of a power out. And if it wasn't that, it was because I tried being as power efficient as possible. Having the cameras open or the flashlight on for a split second longer than you're supposed to, well, that adds up. Granted, it adds up to at worst 1% of your total power, but that 1% would have saved me 2 hours of my time. That's how power tight this is. If Springtrap is in Cam 4 hallway, Mangle can screw you over by being in Cam 4, Cam 2, or Cam 1. And when Shadow Freddy spawns, you'll potentially waste even more power on trying to find Springtrap in the first place. The second biggest problem is Shadow Bunny. Because he appears faster on higher temperatures, it is in your best interest to keep the office no more than 4 bars. And for reference, this is how fast Shadow Bunny appears with no temperature. And this is how fast he appears with high temperature. Pretty big difference, and because of that, you'll have to constantly monitor the heat in your office and have the fan on at almost all times. But even if you try your best to optimize your power usage, you'll inevitably get cock-blocked by either Mangle or Endoskeleton while trying to get rid of Springtrap, leading to more power loss. Nobody likes you. And the final challenge? A bit of everything. The hard part about this one with no power-ups is actually a combination of the challenges we just talked about. Management of everyone's timer, and power. While it did only take me an extra 40 minutes to complete this with no power-ups, I already had 11 hours of experience trying to achieve no power-ups in the first place. There wasn't any underlying difference in strategy. I had to get better at optimizing my power and remembering everyone's intervals. So it comes to no one's surprise when I say my most frequent deaths were from Funtime Foxy and Withered Freddy, because needing to green run at the same time as managing so many animatronics was very overwhelming. Oh my god! Oh my god! Yes! 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 Oh, fucking hell! GG's! Oh my god, I did it! For the penultimate forbidden trophy, we have Naked and Afraid. Beat a run with 30 animatronics salvaged and without any upgrades, besides the Talbert's files. Hold on, this sounds familiar, doesn't it? This is the exact same condition as Maximalist, but with a major nerf. I relied on power-ups and upgrades to make Maximalist a fair challenge, yet now we have to take away one of those things. This trophy locks us out of pretty much half the run customization, meaning that my choices in salvages is way more important than ever because a single animatronic combo can potentially ruin the entire run. With that in mind, these are all my picks. Okay, what the hell is this? Did I have a stroke while picking characters? Multiple times in a row? Well, I wanted to spice it up a bit and decided to choose what I believe are the hardest animatronics and animatronic combos in this game. Mine is the extra roster because I couldn't buy backdoor trading. What I've essentially done is make my life a living hell for seemingly no good reason, but I assure you, there is a good reason behind this. I won't say what that reason is now, so feel free to assume I need psychiatric help for the time being. So how hard is this supposed hardest night 6? Well, we run into a couple problems. First problem being the obvious, glaring, shining light in the darkness that is Circus Baby. Needing to check on every cam to collect all of her bitty-babs while essentially not being allowed to check cams in the first place is a death sentence. It is not impossible, but because you can't stay on a single camera for more than a second because of the phantoms, and whenever a window animatronic spawns they become an instant high priority as Wither Foxy and Dreadbear don't have that long of a kill timer, let alone endoskeleton spawning preventing you from using your flashlight to get rid of phantoms. Mix in not being able to look at one of the cams at all, and Nightmare BB also having a high chance of spawning, it is a disaster to keep track of cams you've checked for bitty-babs. God forbid you miss one, making you potentially need to check every camera again. The second big issue is pulling down cameras, as doing so will most often than not trigger all of these. And the most common reason you would pull down cams in the first place are these guys. Issue number 3, getting Ballora early. Ballora and Shadow Freddy fall into a category of what I like to call event animatronics. They happen once a night and can only appear near the start of an hour. But most importantly, they cannot spawn at the same time. Ballora spawning at 1 AM is not the most favorable outcome, as you could still be looking for bitty-babs. And for the strategy I'm doing, it's really gonna make it a lot more difficult than it's worth. The best outcome is for no one to spawn at 1 AM. Shadow Freddy is also fine, just annoying. Otherwise, if Ballora spawns at 1 AM, I'd personally just restart. Fourth issue, every other cam animatronic. For all of these, you have to be no more than a second on the respective cameras, but that doesn't mean that makes it any easier. From the 5 cam animatronics that need constant checking, Mangle can very much decide that she wants to go on one of those cameras. And the chances aren't small either. Cam 6 for Puppet, Cam 8 for Scrap Baby, Cam 2 for Funtime Foxy, Cam 4 or 5 for Funtime Freddy, and Cam 1, 2, and 4 for Springtrap. That is 6 out of 8 cameras. Granted, you don't have to look at all of them every cam flip, but if you just so happen to need to rewind Puppet's music box, and Mangle is on cam 6, you're either gonna accumulate Mangle's kill timer, or maybe even die, or you can quickly flip your monitor up and down. Oh wait, that comes with high risk. The way to play around this is to simplify. Funtime Foxy only attacks every 15-second intervals, with the minimum showtime being every 30 seconds. For Funtime Freddy, you just keep both doors closed until you can check on him. Your power will suffer, but it's better than dying. Springtrap. We are ignoring him entirely. Not only does he occupy 3 cameras along his path, he also needs the flashlight. That's not happening. Instead, close the left door at about 45 seconds and keep it closed forever. If Funtime Freddy is attacking the right door, you are able to just tap open and close the left door. Springtrap needs the door to be open for a second before he can enter.
Time to blow out the candles.
And with all of those strats combined, that only leaves us with Cam 6 Puppet and Cam 8 Scrap Baby, both needing a single click to get rid of. The only suggestion I have for them is to stay on one of those cameras before needing to deal with them, so once you flip down your monitor, Mangle cannot spawn on the camera you're currently on. If by any chance you do not have time to do that, use the camera keybinds, which I actually haven't mentioned at all yet, so for a very quick rundown, each camera corresponds to a number on your keyboard, which you can press instead of clicking with your mouse. The same goes with these tabs. In order, they are Q, W, E, and R.
League of Legends players rejoice, you can finally play a FNAF game. So with all this in mind, what is our strategy? Simple. Use the one thing that hasn't been taken away from us, the token shop. Essentially what the strat is, it is to play games early in the night to collect enough tokens for both doors and masks. Battery packs if needed, bear trap, because there's no way I'm collecting all bitty babs within these conditions. I may be mentally unstable, but I have my limits. And the final power-ups, both distortion clocks. The strat is to basically skip 1/3 of the night as you do not have enough power for everything. Maybe someone better than me can do this exact setup with no distortion clocks, but I am ass at conserving power. And with all our cards set, it is time to grind for the win. No, switch.
I heard 2 bonks. 2 bonks, none of them were Molten Freddy. Oh, I hate that. I hate that. I hate that. Oh my god. For fuck's sake.
Man, am I glad to...
Oh, fuck off, Hippo. Oh, come on. I thought you already passed. Oh, you already got here? Ah, shit. Oh my god. Come on. Okay. I opened it too early. I closed it and opened it. Oh. That's not fair. That's not fair.
After almost 5 hours of attempts, I got to the point where I was fully in control of the night. Door and mask power-ups active, good power, got a bear trap at the ready, and I have enough to buy distortion clocks. But, because I got ahead of myself, I bought the clocks too early, causing this.
Ballora spawned.
Ballora spawned, and I still have another hour to get through. What I thought in the moment is that Ballora's spawn condition was a timer, much like Candy's. But I was wrong, and it's actually a fixed spawn time based on the in-game timer, the same as Funtime Foxy. So me buying distortion clocks at 3 AM caused Ballora to spawn. Now, I had 2 options. Either I find the 4 Minerinas on the cams in complete darkness, because Shadow Freddy spawned as well, all while dealing with nerves as this is my first time getting this far, or I let Ballora use up my bear trap. But then I'll have to use a mechanic that I haven't mentioned yet, but have shown in one of the clips. Winning the night mid-jump scare. Yeah, you are able to win in the middle of dying. There's even a trophy for it. Obviously dying to Baby or any other end of night character doesn't count for this mechanic. But the funny thing is, you cannot stack multiple jump scares. Meaning if I die to a different animatronic right before the night ends, Baby cannot override whoever is currently jump scaring me. Leading to winning the night completely ignoring Baby's condition. And this is gonna sound kinda poetic, but there is no better animatronic for this job but Mangle. One of my most hated characters, helping me win. Now isn't that something?
Ballora spawned.
Why, am I glad to see you. You know, I'd actually been thinking about it a lot recently.
I have to take the bite out of her.
Specifically magic. My buddy Orville is a magician. And there's a lot of magic. The real believability of magic, whether or not it can even be able to face. For me, magic is strange. I've heard about all sorts of different things, all sorts of spiritual...
Yes! Yes!
Yes! Oh my god, yes! Naked and Afraid. Good game. Oh my god, I almost messed up the timing. I almost messed up the timing so badly. Oh, that was actually like 0.2 seconds off. Like 0.2 seconds off of losing. Oh. Well, I guess it's about time to tackle the max mode. I've said to myself I wouldn't be doing this trophy for this video. As of writing this, there's only 2 victors of this mode, and for a very, very good reason. And yet, here we are. Maybe it's because of my stubbornness, maybe it's because I'm a perfectionist, I don't know. But what I do know is that I won't let a challenge go unbeaten. Infernal 47 is, as it says on the tin, this game's max mode. Everyone active at once, including the extra roster. Absolutely no mercy when it comes to both required skill and the luck to beat this. According to MML, your locally sourced list of the hardest max modes in FNAF fan games, Infernal 47 currently sits at number 25. For reference, my hardest beaten max mode, Hyper Golden Freddy, sits at 85. And for those who don't fully understand how difficult any of this is, Ultimate Custom Night's 50-20 mode sits at 300. As much as I didn't want to delay this video because of this trophy, I honestly plan on getting the other 4 forbidden trophies, say I'm bad at the game, and leave it there. But I also didn't want to end on such a low note. Don't get me wrong, Naked and Afraid is hard, but when there's a harder challenge waiting right around the corner, I had to at least try. In every other video of mine, there's always that final struggle, and this is the struggle. But to even get to that struggle, I first need to make sure I'm even good enough at the game for this. And what better way to do so than Infernal 47's little brother, the Frickbear 40. Just from the name alone, you can assume that the Frickbear 40 is 40-20 mode. More specifically, every animatronic is active except the extra characters except just one extra character. So how do we even start? Well, first I'm gonna go over the strat for this mode and then vomit out as many tips as I can, especially since there's actually a lot of potential strategies for these modes. There's no way I'm covering all of them, so I'll just explain the strat that I personally used. Remember what we did for Naked and Afraid? Yeah, well, it's that, just much harder and stricter. Naked and Afraid was pretty much my practice with the required strat. What the essential end goal is to use door and mask at both 2 AM and 3 AM, buy a bear trap for baby, still not collecting those bitty fuckers, and as soon as it hits 4 AM, buy 2 distortion clocks. All of this in total costs 165 tokens, add potentially needing to buy batteries, and that's 195. Now double it. Because a little bit.
It's yours, my friend.
Is it? You scam artist! No worries, this doesn't change our strat much, and the best way to fight inflation is death. Coin. Because of Lolbit, instead of only buying a door and mask at 2 AM, you'll also have to buy the death coin and use it on Lolbit to decrease all the prices. You'll still have to pay double for the death coin, bringing our total to 255 tokens. So what is our best way of making tokens? Well, it's surprisingly not Minesweeper, it's Cupcake Clicker. Because it requires no thinking and only clicking, with the only downside being needing to be careful not to max it out. But a lot of the times when you're able to play Cupcake Clicker, you can't play for too long. And the best time to whip it out is right after you take care of whatever you needed on the cameras. Note, you can also use spacebar to click the cupcake. Speaking of cupcakes, there is absolutely no downside in buying them. Golden Cupcake's sell value always starts at whatever price you bought it for. Yes, this includes Lolbit, meaning buying them is always going to be a net positive outcome. I recommend buying your first cupcake at around 30 to 40 seconds, sell that cupcake for whenever you're buying the death coin, door and mask, and once you get enough, buy the second one, which you will sell at the end of the night. Alright, that's the profits out of the way, now it's time for animatronic tips and tricks to slightly improve your odds of winning. Always keep your mask on in the office, so the vent animatronics will leave as soon as possible. Speaking of which, if you're in cams and you hear a vent animatronic, there's no hurry to pull down your monitor. You have about 5 seconds before needing to react.
Now what is that I spot?
Have Lefty trap before your third cam flip. Depending on how you play, you can also trap her before your second cam flip. We're still ignoring Springtrap. When Withered Foxy or Dreadbear spawns, react immediately and flip down your monitor.
Part of the reason is because they have short kill timers, but another big reason is because of everyone that appears when you get off cams. You have to take care of them first, and only then will you be able to get rid of the window character. Nightmarion actually helps you here, because Toichika's cupcake cannot spawn on the side he's on. Plush Trap on the other hand can still go to the same side as him. Another thing about Plush Trap, if Twisted Wolf spawns with him, he'll always go to your right door. Nightmare BB can spawn only once per cam flip. So if you haven't gotten rid of him, don't change cams too fast, as there's a high likelihood he will spawn. Getting jumpscared by a phantom is basically death waiting to happen, either by Twisted Wolf or Nightmare Frickbear. But to prevent yourself from getting jumped by a phantom, changing tabs actually resets the jumpscare timer, so you can easily do this. Pay hard attention to your temperature and keep the office no more than 4 bars, as Nightmare Frickbear's teeth don't show if you're on the cameras. This is gonna be hard to get used to, as you're basically monitoring another timer along with the in-game timer for Phantom Foxy. If Ballora spawns at 1 AM, just restart. You have to check potentially every camera and you don't even have your power-ups active yet. Phantom Freddy actually has a chance to do a voice line that directly tells you where he's attacking.
Let's get the birthday boy a big hug. Oh, come on.
If Phantom Freddy is on the left, you won't be able to see if Bonbon is on his hand or not because of this little massive head called Springtrap. No worries, you're actually able to still tell where Freddy's attacking by looking at his eyes. If he's looking at the door, Bonbon is not with him, so he's attacking the opposite door. You'll have to get used to looking at Mangle's sticky note, there's no going around it anymore. Although after 2 AM, the only reason you'll need cams is for the puppet and Scrap Baby. So I personally stay on cam 6 and hope that Mangle isn't on cam 8. And the final elephant in the room, LOL's hacks. Because everyone else is active, you're forced to take someone from the extra roster. I won't go into detail now, but for a quick rundown, the best choice is Rodney, obviously. Scott, Coffee, and even Candy are all preferable. Candy is another timer to keep track of, but after 2 AM you'll have your mask active anyways. The difference between Coffee and Scott lies in, would you like an easy but long minigame, or a more difficult but a lot shorter minigame. Chipper is debatable, you're gonna have to greed a lot more if you pick him. I personally didn't want to risk that. Sparky and Pop Goes are an instant no! They both require the check-in of multiple cameras, and we want to minimize that. And that's all the useful tips that I can think of. Now onto the actual night. Start by immediately going to cameras and click on cam 6. If Mangle spawned there, I just restart. I also collect a few bitty-babs along the way for some extra tokens. Switch to the Games tab and spam Cupcake Clicker. At about 12:15, check the Events tab and trap Lefty and continue farming tokens until you can buy a cupcake. At around 12:40, Scrap Baby will spawn, so it's good to sync up close in the right door for Phantom Foxy as you flip up your monitor to shock her. At 2 AM, sell your cupcake, depth a little bit, and buy your first batch of power-ups. If you use your power-ups a bit before or after 2 AM, you're still fine, it's not a strict requirement. Soon after, you'll have enough to buy your second cupcake. At some point between 2 and 4 AM, play one game of Minesweeper. Well, I'll be damned, it managed to sneak its way into this mode somehow. Yeah, if you're only playing Cupcake Clicker and are not gonna collect bitty babs, you'll have to complete at least one game. Until 4 AM, farm money, at which point you should have enough for distortion clocks to win the night. The biggest learning curve I had to face was remembering everyone. A lot of times I would forget to check on Phantom Freddy, leading to me keeping both doors closed, wasting so much power. As for my most frequent deaths, they were Mangle, obviously, Phantom Foxy, obviously, and Plush Trap. Not obviously. What would happen is I would have both doors closed, stalling Plush Trap. I would check on Phantom Freddy, see where he's attacking, open one of the doors, and if Plush Trap was at that door, he will most likely kill me. Another thing I needed to get used to was Toy Chica. God, she was annoying, and keeping track of my temperature. With everything going on at the same time, I'm bound to forget at some point. But that's essentially it. Everything I just mentioned comes with just pouring attempts, and eventually I would learn and make less mistakes. Once you get more consistent, it's just a matter of time before you get that one good attempt. And that even reflects on my completion time. The Frickbear 40 took me around 12 hours, which isn't a lot of time for a max mode, and beating this has given me the green checkmark to start attempting Infernal 47. I mean, it's only 7 more characters. How difficult can it really be? Never mind. By the way, that is more time than it took me to get all developer relics or beat every boss hitless.
What the fuck?
And this is all because of one animatronic. But let's start with everyone else. Rodney. At this point I completely tuned him out and all I hear is muffled yapping. Unless he decides to do his slurping, which is 10 times louder than anything else in the game.
Sorry, I was thirsty.
Candy. Since he attacks every 30 seconds, he limits our time at the cameras on specific intervals. Learning to play around those intervals and knowing how long you can stay on cams is crucial, forcing you to either be done with cams as fast as possible or plan for after he leaves. Scott and Coffee just take a lot of practice to play with. For Scott, I honestly just bunker down in my office till I beat him, or quickly take care of camp threats and then deal with him. 10 lives is quite a lot, and his minigame on average lasts about 15 seconds, assuming you die a couple of times. Coffee is easier out of the two, but lasts for 30 seconds. And since you're using your most crucial tool, your mouse, it can get really awkward to deal with him, as well as dealing with both office and cam animatronics. Bunkering down like with Scott will drain your power a lot more, and in those 30 seconds you will definitely need to take care of something in the cameras. Chipper. Because he's an end of night animatronic who requires tokens, our money making strat becomes much stricter, as it adds another 30 to the total. Getting a second game of Minesweeper is going to be very difficult. Actually, fuck beating it twice, beating it once is problematic, as failing at it can potentially be a run killer because of the other two animatronics I'm about to mention. So some change in our token earning has to happen. What I did was basically move that one Minesweeper game I did to the beginning of the night, and in doing so I am able to buy the cupcake much earlier. This does come with one major downside. To make this actually worth, I need to complete Minesweeper on my first cam flip and within 10 seconds. As much as Minesweeper takes skill, you still need a good amount of luck to get a fast layout if you want to beat it as fast as possible. And there can still be a pure 50-50. Because I was looking for layouts that I could speedrun through, the beginning of night Minesweeper added another reason why I would want to restart. By the end of this, you'll realize that 9% of my attempts were resets. For our 6th animatronic, we have Pop Goes, and there's 2 ways to deal with him. Paying attention to what camera he's thinking of seems like a good idea, but that would require checking cam 1 in the first place, so Mangle becomes an issue. Especially if you check cam 1 and he still hasn't made up his mind. If you see an opportunity to check on him, do so. The second way to deal with him is to just look at every cam he can go to once he leaves. The control shock button will be available to click only if it has a target, so you don't even need to rely on the camera visual itself. You could run into the same problem with Mangle, where she moves on the camera Pop goes to. Pop gone. But Pop Goes' kill timer is around 20 seconds, leaving you ample time to flip the monitor down and back up. And he's not that active in the first place, leaving cam 1 every 45 to 50 seconds. For our 7th and final animatronic, the sole reason this mode is as hard as it is, Sparky. Out of all 47 characters, this bastard is 50% of both luck and difficulty, just from this one guy. On the surface, he seems very simple. Once he spawns, find him on the cameras and zap him. Which is why it's so baffling that he is as complicated as he is. Once he spawns, his kill timer is 25 seconds. Wow, very generous, right? Well, if you're in cams, that kill timer is twice as fast. So if you pull up cams as soon as you hear him, you have 12 seconds to shock him. Which is in all fairness still manageable. But get this nonsense, every time you change cams, his kill timer reduces even more. Why? Now combine that with every office character stalling your cam flip, and now you have even less time to get rid of him. On average, I was left with 5 seconds to deal with him. 5 seconds to check every camera as fast as possible. Good thing there's no animatronic to stall for even longer. Oh! And if you're flipping through cams fast, there's a chance you won't even notice which cam Nightmare BB spawned in. And if a window animatronic spawns right as you pull up cams, you might as well drop dead on the spot. And times 3, if Coffee spawns at 1 AM, you're guaranteed to need to take care of Sparky while playing his minigame.
Hey, Monty, I mean Hippo, you wanna catch up and go fishing? Now, of course, I couldn't say no to that.
Have you got all that? Have you processed all that information for a single character? No? Good, because there's more. Sparky spawns every 25 to 35 seconds. This is not a large issue at any point in the night, except the first 30 seconds. Because if Sparky spawns at 25, you will waste so much time waiting for Candy to leave and potentially needing to get rid of window animatronics before you can finally flip up your cat to look for him. And then Nightmare BB spawns for more stalling. This is guaranteed death. Okay, but if you're still in cams and Sparky spawns at 25, you can potentially find him and zap him before Candy appears. True, except you didn't get rid of the problem. All you did was delay it. Because the next time he spawns will be before 1 AM, leading to the same situation you just avoided. The best thing to do is if Sparky spawns at 25, is to restart, adding yet another reason to reset before 1 AM. And I'm still not done! Let's look at our camera chart for the Frickbear 40. This is to minimize changing cams to lessen the risk of dying to Mangle. And after 2 AM, cam 4 and 5 won't be needed anymore. Okay, now let's look at the chart for Infernal 47. Hey, remember when I said that Sparky is 50% of this mode's luck and difficulty? Well, here's the other 50%. While I still have many things to say about Sparky, none of them are productive and it will get me banned. So I'm taking this as a great segue to the other reason this mode is as hard as it is, Mangle. Again. There seems to be a common element in each of these challenges. Since every camera is now important, Mangle just existing is a problem. Thankfully, Sparky cannot spawn on the camera Mangle is currently at. If by any chance Sparky spawns right as you flip down the camera, nothing is preventing Mangle from switching to where Sparky is. Absolutely masterfully designed character. And now let's get into the strat. At the start of the night, flip up your cams and click on cam 6. Switch to vents and put an audio alert bottom middle to hopefully delay any vent animatronics that are trying to zoom to the exit. Otherwise, restart. Switch to the Games tab and beat Minesweeper within 10 seconds. After that, switch to Cupcake Clicker and max it out. Switch to the shop, buy a cupcake, trap Lefty, reset the puppet and flip down your monitor. That's the first 15 seconds.
All of that on the King's prizes. I hear something really funny will happen if you do.
As soon as you're able, flip up your cams, check on Funtime Freddy, and max out Cupcake Clicker again. After that, put on your mask for Candy, and hope to God Sparky doesn't spawn before 30. After Candy, find Sparky and get rid of him, and from now on, whenever you have time, switch over to Cupcake Clicker. Wait until about 12:45, at which point Scrap Baby will respawn and Poco's either moved or is about to. As 1 AM hits, prepare for the second candy attack and pray to Satan this time, very important, that Balora didn't spawn. Continue normally until 1:40, at which point Popco's most likely moved for the second time. Get rid of him, sell your cupcake, buy your power-ups and activate him at 1:45. Why 1:45? Because this to me is the best time to activate them. As Sparky is going to attack at around 1:50, it's gonna be awkward getting rid of him before Candy spawns. And you may not have the few seconds needed to buy and activate Mask and Door in time for Candy, meaning you'll have to defend against him and will have to activate power-ups after 2 AM. Now this is where the strat branches out a bit. You could risk for a second Minesweeper, and if you don't collect Biddybabs, you will have to. But I found it way too stressful this late into the night to play a second game of Will You Get a Good Layout. So instead, I decided to play it safe and try for a mid jumpscare win, ignoring both Baby and Chipper. Toy Freddy is already beaten. And because we're not going for Chipper's Wood, we also don't need the Bear Trap, decreasing our overall needed tokens by quite a lot. To get a little more into depth here, a jumpscare lasts for about 1.5 seconds. So the earliest you can die is 5:58.5. And just like before, Mangle is the best at on-command deaths because you can pick her camera whenever you want. If you have no Mangle timer, click on her camera at 5:58. If you have any Mangle timer, click on her camera at 5:58.5, 5:59 at the latest. This also means you'll have to buy distortion clocks a bit before 4 AM. I recommend 3:55, and what I also recommend is using your second mask and door at no later than 2:55 AM. Because that means if you by any chance power out a few seconds early, you can get jumpscared by any other animatronic attacking your office since you won't have your power-ups active anymore. And yes, power-ups stay active if you power out. Granted, this does mean you're relying on another big luck element in play, but sometimes a little luck goes a long way.
kind of jerk gets paid for playing video games?
Yes! Oh my god.
Oh my god, I get the lead. Thank god.
Okay, I was almost stressful than I expected. Oh my god.
If you know the animatronics want to kill you, why are you staying for all the fights? Oh, I see. You're playing bad on purpose so you can get all those jump scares. You're making one of those compilations, right? Hey,
yes!
Big Brother
oh my
pulled
god.
through after all. You should probably get the guy who was playing horribly before back on the
No fucking way. I actually did it. True 100%. Achieved. Infernal 47 got its third victor. Technically I'm the fourth victor. I didn't submit my completion to MML when I beat it because I wanted to wait until I was done with the video. So in that time someone snatched the third place. I don't really care though, what's more important to me is that I beat it at all. Would I recommend these two max modes for people to try? Well, the Frickbear 40 is actually extremely fun when you learn it. You'll have to stomach through the potential mini resets, but overall, one of the most fun I've had in a max mode. And Infernal 47 is awful. And it's all because of these two. They honestly ruined the entire mode. Okay, that's a bit of an exaggeration, but they definitely made it really unfun. The fact that Sparky has so many ways of screwing you over, and Mangle can just decide that she likes to be exactly on the camera you want to check, ruins a lot of fun this mode could have had. They make me miserable and want to cry. That's not even taking into account the many other luck factors, like the fabled 1am Ballora. She makes me only slightly cry. And if I were to rank the hardest animatronics for Infernal 47 specifically, it would look something like this. The reason I say for this mode specifically is because most of the problems I had are only an issue in Infernal 47, and this includes Sparky. In normal play, Sparky is totally fine. He can be difficult to deal with sometimes, but not unfair. But this game wasn't balanced around its max modes. It was balanced around regular runs, where you salvage your own animatronics and collect money for upgrades. There's a reason why forbidden trophies aren't required for 100%. The developer didn't even think that the Frickbear 40 was possible, let alone its big brother. And if we exclude the max modes and only include normal play, this would be my ranking of the hardest characters. Everything I said about Mangle still holds true. This is the worst designed character in the game. I'd take Wither Freddy any day over him. Her, I still don't know. Okay, before I go into another rant about Mangle, I think it's time to finally end it and close the game for now. And as a matter of fact, if you follow my Twitch, I will eventually be attempting another max mode on the MML, the Frickbear 40 No Death Queen, with the same mid jumpscare win strat. And who knows, if that ends up working, who's to say that Infernal 47 No Death Queen isn't possible in the same way? So thank you everyone so much for watching. If you've come this far, I must have done something right with this mess of a video. Be sure to leave a like and subscribe for more stupid challenges like this. Wait, what? New update? Version 2.0? An endless mode? How many new characters?